What up, everybody, and welcome to the show of hurt feelings, disagreements, debate, and controversy. It is the House of Havoc Top 10. Today we have the artist formerly known as Anthony Alessino, the smooth criminal Brian Castiglione, and the mullet-wearing, cold take sharing Jack Hockenjos. And last but certainly not least is your boy, the Dean Malenko of podcasting, the man of 1,000 nicknames, Jimmy Hockenjos. In 1992, Midway Games and NetherRealm Studios released a new two-dimensional side-scroller fighting game. As the market for this genre was super saturated at the time, the developers of the game knew they had to do something to stand out. Mortal Kombat was so violent, bloody, and disturbing that it is single-handedly responsible for the creation of the ESRB, the rating board that wanted parents to know what they were buying for their kids. Spanning 30 years, 11 main title releases, 3 spin-off releases, 3 major motion pictures, and 97 total characters. Today, we are ranking the top 10 Mortal Kombat characters of all time. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the show. If you're new to the show, welcome to the show. Thanks for checking us out. We're doing Mortal Kombat today. Got the usual crew. 2 weeks ago, Mr. Anthony Alessino asked, and we delivered. He wanted something Jack could beat him up in. And Jack could beat us all up in this one, I think.
Definitely.
So it's Mortal Kombat time. So needless to say, the way I opened it up, not a big Mortal Kombat player.
Me?
Yes, you.
Not at all. So here's how it goes. We're going... You know when you ask your girlfriend what their favorite, sport team is, and they go off the colors?
Yeah. Yeah, they're like...
I got 10 pretty colors.
All right.
So, I have information that I didn't know before we started this. I have some information I pulled up. But definitely, my perspective is going to skew a lot of people. Hopefully not. Maybe at the end, you guys go, you did all right.
Maybe you did all right. We'll see.
We'll see, dude. We'll see.
I mean, I have, not... what's the word I want to look for here? A traditionalist's list, so to speak.
So
some Mortal Kombat diehards might be mad.
Because I've played Mortal Kombat, right? I obviously we spoke about this before we went on air. I'm more of a Tekken guy than a Mortal Kombat guy, but I played Mortal Kombat. It's just one of those games where if you're not great and you verse somebody who is good, you're going to have zero fun.
The thing is, it's the exact opposite for me. I've played more Mortal Kombat. I don't think I played a single minute of Tekken. So
Really?
Yeah, that is
Tekken is so fun.
Yeah, Tekken is fun.
Different podcast.
They just work out that way. Well, whatever.
So,
Brian, you have anything to say?
I played a lot of Mortal Kombat. I was telling Jack for Armageddon, and I think a little bit of what was the one that came out in 2011. I think it was 9.
2011 was just Mortal Kombat. It is the 9th one,
right?
But they rebooted it.
So
they
I
rebooted
own
the series.
That one and then the one after it. But that's pretty much and Shaolin Monks.
So what happened was I forgot about this, but I saw it doing research after they released Mortal Kombat, the 8th one, which was Mortal Kombat versus DC Universe.
Mm-hmm.
After they released that, Midway Games sold to Warner Brothers because they went bankrupt, and then after I think it was Warner Brothers, they rebooted the story in the series with Mortal Kombat 9, which was just titled Mortal Kombat,
which was really good.
Yeah,
I remember playing that. I think when I was those two games blend together. There's one that came out while I was in high school, and the one that came out right after I graduated high school. So I confused those two. But
Mortal Kombat 10 was 2015, so they're 4 years apart.
Really confusing them. Yeah.
So I started playing with Mortal Kombat Trilogy, which was the N64 port. So what the deal was with this one was there was Mortal Kombat 3, and then there was Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3, which was on Sega Saturn, PlayStation, and maybe PC. It wasn't on Nintendo, but it was on the other stuff, which was an updated version of it. And then Trilogy was Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3, but with every character that had ever existed in Mortal Kombat up to that point.
Okay.
Had that as long as I had a Nintendo 64. So I've played 2 and 1, but I had Mortal Kombat 4, Deadly Alliance. I've probably had all of them besides 11. I never bought. He has it and Will has it, but I never bought 11.
Wow. Yeah, so you probably know more than I do.
I might.
I played Armageddon probably the most.
Armageddon
PS2.
has 62 playable characters in it.
Yeah, so that's
At the
a
ti-
lot of my characters are gonna root from there.
But that's fine because at the time Armageddon came out, that was every character that had ever been created in Mortal Kombat was in that game. That was one of its big selling points. Huge roster.
So I played Mortal Kombat from the reboots on. So that would be 9, 10, and 11. I'm aware of the last games. Like I know bits and pieces. But from the reboot on, I've played all the games. I beat like the story modes in them and stuff like that. So I learned a decent amount about the game itself. And I got better at it as I got older. So it was good. It was like, it's a fun game. It's one of those games where you have to be skilled in it. And as somebody who like plays video games all the time, it's frustrating when you're not good at like fighting games or like a certain specific genre. Mortal Kombat is the like epitome of being patient or being good in a fighting game. Like I Smash Brothers great at because there's so many different mechanics. Mortal Kombat, I've broken controllers over Mortal Kombat, and it's not fun to say, but it's
not,
So-
you're not proud.
So talking about how you got to be good at it, when we were saying off camera about how Chris said something about Tekken, what my response to Chris was, there's no hot buttons in Mortal Kombat homes. You got to actually know the combos. Because in Tekken, there's like 4 hot buttons.
Yeah.
You could just put all the hardest combos to 4 hot buttons and then be
Yeah.
done with it.
Exactly.
And that's like
Yeah,
that
Mortal
takes away
Kombat's
from-
much more rigid in that.
That
in
takes
sense.
away. Well, that takes
You gotta
away
know
from
the
skill
combos.
in it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
when you say hot buttons, it also kind of reminds me of like the arcade stand-up style, where it's just like you gotta press a button or like like a 2-button controller almost.
No, the hot buttons
No.
are like you assign certain combos to the button and then you just press that button and
Yeah,
it
so
does
you
the
can have the
combo
most
for you.
advanced combos
Combination, yeah.
where you just touch one button and it does that combo, which
Gotcha.
is like legit in my opinion.
Cheating.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's definitely
You know
cheating.
what I mean? But I mean,
Like if you're playing competitive online and you're using hot buttons, I've quit
I
on
don't
people
think
online in
you
Tekken.
Can you use?
I
Yes.
think I would have broken more controllers over Tekken than Mortal Kombat,
Probably.
but yeah, no, I'm good on all that action.
So I know I have them. I know Jack has them. I don't think you two have them.
No.
Dishonorables. So I'll just do mine too quick right away. First one, making his Mortal Kombat debut in Mortal Kombat Deadly Alliance is Mocap. Are we familiar with Mocap? Someone pull him up.
I don't think so. I'll pull 'em up.
Mocap is literally a man in a mocap suit. He, in storyline, is Johnny Cage's mocap guy on set. And he is an homage to...
I got him. Yeah.
Get the guy's name for me if you can. If you just Google mocap and open it up, it'll come up. He's an homage to one of the actual mocap guys who worked on almost every Mortal Kombat
Carlos
game.
Pacino.
Yep. There you go. He's stupid. It's a joke character.
Hey, yo.
Not a fan. Like,
I agree.
I think
with
it was a
this.
way. It's like there's a lot of joke characters that suck, but mocap just pissed me off. Here's the next guy, also debuting in Mortal Kombat Deadly Alliance, Boraicho. Boraicho is supposedly the master of the Shaolin monks, Liu Kang and Kung Lao. Before I go any further, I meant to say this before we started because Alessino doesn't know this. You don't know the deal like with Mortal Kombat, right? Like in storyline, like what the premise is.
Isn't it? There's a battle, a tournament, to the
Right.
death, and they take one from every.
Well, no. So there's a couple of different realms, right? There's Earth Realm, Outworld, Adenia, or the big 3,
Another
and Nether Realm. Yeah. So Shao Kahn, the leader of Outworld, wants to invade Earth Realm and take it over. The Elder Gods say, well, you can't just do that. So they create the Mortal Kombat tournament. In order for Shao Kahn to invade Earth, he needs to win 10 consecutive Mortal Kombat tournaments. Mortal Kombat 1, they've won 9 in a row, and this is the 10th. That's the story going into Mortal Kombat 1. So if they lose this one, Earth's done. Shao Kahn's common. So Boraicho is allegedly the trainer, the master of the 2 Shaolin monks, Liu Kang and Kung Lao. And it's just one of some lazy storytelling, lazy writing, one of the laziest retcons in the history of retcons. He comes in Deadly Alliance, which is Mortal Kombat 5. Liu Kang is in Mortal Kombat 1. So it's literally said in storyline that he could easily have beaten everyone in the tournament, but he's from Outworld, so it would still count as an Outworld win. So that's how they just explained him not being around for 4 games.
Gotcha.
He's a fat drunk. He's
Yeah.
the legend of the
Well,
drunk fist or whatever.
I'm looking at
One
him.
of his moves is puking and the person slips on it and then you get a shot at him. The whole thing, he's like drunk stance. The
like
whole thing
lazy.
annoys me. It's a lazy retcon. I never picked him unless I needed to do it to win a challenge or something.
So he's 47 years old. He's 5'11", 375 pounds.
Yeah, he's a fat drunk monk, dude. Aren't monks supposed to be sober? This guy's throwing up as a special move.
Listen, I'm just gonna because again, since I have the least amount of knowledge out of all this, I've been looking up stuff. And Mortal Kombat Wiki, it says about him: he's obese, somewhat drunk, master of martial arts. He enjoys drinking alcoholic beverages for his puke puddle.
Puke puddle's the name of the move.
Yep.
There you go.
His name originated from the Spanish word for drunk.
Oh,
His primary fighting style is drunken fist.
there you go.
Because I believe Deadly Alliance was the first game where every fighter had two fighting styles and a weapon style. So they would all this guy is ninjutsu and this guy's that, and they all had their own two different fighting styles and then a weapon, and you just switched with the triggers between them. Those are my dishonorables, Jack. The floor is yours.
So I have 3 dishonorable mentions. I'll start with the first one. This one's really easy to picture. Meat. So this character,
Meat
is-
sucked, dude.
this character is the weird diagram of the human muscular form in your science class.
And so I have
He
the
has the ability to control meat.
and I have the perfect way to describe him, I think. What's the wooden guy from Tekken's name?
Oh,
How you get a random fighting style every
Yeah.
time? Isn't
I
that
don't know how
Meat
to
Steel?
say it.
Isn't it?
Oh!
Isn't it
I
a
don't know
random
how to
fight?
say it, but I don't know.
Isn't
I know what you're talking about.
isn't it a
It's-
random fighting style every time?
I think so. but-
Maybe in one of the games
It
at
says-
least.
It says fighting style wrestling, but what the fuck do I know?
What?
I
Who
mean,
knows?
so
Mortal
basically-
Kombat Armageddon is
Is the debut of Meat?
That's where it says fighting style. That's where it shows fighting style.
Yeah, but Meat is a stupid character that is very.
He is useless.
He is very useless.
It's not even useless. It's just dumb writing and a shitty idea. This list, the dishonorable mention should just be called the bad ideas and horrible concepts from NetherRealm Studios.
It's bad idea, bad execution. Because there's bad ideas with good execution that work in Mortal Kombat.
Anyway,
Next.
dishonorable mention is Kano.
Yeah, Kano sucks, dude.
Fuck Kano. This is Kano. Okay, he looks like a cuck,
Kano is a cuck, dude.
and
He
to
gets-
be honest with
He
you,
gets death by broken neck with the thighs from Sonya in the first movie, going
Yeah.
out like a total bitch.
Kano, just not a
It's
fan,
not a
dude.
bad way to go, dude.
You're irrelevant in Mortal Kombat. I'm not
He's
gonna
really
lie.
not, though. I just think he sucks. He's
He
really not
sucks.
irrelevant. He's
He
the
looks-
leader of the Black Dragon clan for a while, right?
Yes, but
He's the
it's-
reason that the non-powered humans get involved.
It's very true, but
So I wouldn't say he's irrelevant,
His
but he
heart-
does suck.
His heart rip out fatality is the game's first regarded as the heart ripping out. In the whole
That's the
franchise.
one I think that got the ESRB on board. I think
Oh, really? They were like, that's a little too
yeah,
he's an
that's-
original character, right? Mortal Kombat 1, Kano.
Kano's
think
an
he's one of the original
character,
six.
But yeah, he's just a cock. I don't like him, dude. He sucks.
Kano is pretty boring and he lacks character development. Who's
I
next?
think he's Australian. He's got
He
an
is
accent
Australian.
going. I'm not a fan. And my final dishonorable mention is a guy by the name of Quan Chi. And Quan Chi is also a cuck. He's a bald cuck.
What's your beef with Quan Chi?
Quan Chi's pretty smart, dude.
Yeah, he's pretty smart. That's awesome. By the way, Alessino.
Does
this
Quan
is-
Chi debut?
I
Quan
don't-
Chi.
No,
does
I'm on it.
does
I'm
Quan
on it.
Chi
I'm on it.
debut in Deadly Alliance?
Mortal
I
Kombat
believe-
Defenders
like
of the
the
Realm
bad
he
guy.
debuts in.
Yes, and he's also
Which is that's probably just a port of Deadly Alliance
Oh,
for a
he's-
different system.
He's 6 feet tall.
I'm glad we got all these
6'10",
heights
dude.
here.
Listen, I don't like Quan Chi because like every time he's in this story, he's got like, oh, he's got this henchman, or like he's got this, or he's responsible.
He's got
for
a
that.
Deadly Alliance,
Yeah,
bro.
dude, he's
That's
the leader.
awesome. dude.
Him and Shang Tsung come
If
together.
This is the leader of the Deadly Alliance.
They
I'm not
kill Shao
entertained.
Kahn and Liu Kang in fucking 30 seconds, dude.
That's cool. I
I-
don't care. He's a cock.
All right.
Not a
We
fan,
can't just
please.
call everybody a cuck when they're on the dishonorable mention.
The thing is, you gotta use cuck correctly because
Yeah,
you know
dude.
not everyone can.
If
be
everyone's a
one.
cuck, no one's a cuck.
This
That's the way
guy-
cuckolding
this
works.
guy.
I see him.
That guy.
Honorable mention time. I'm gonna start because my first one is a bit of a thing.
You have an honorable mention?
I have a couple.
Okay.
I have
I'm gonna
0.
start. I'm gonna start the honorable mentions, and I want. So I want to play. There's a little game we're gonna play. It's mostly for Alessino, but it can extend out to Brian. My first honorable mention is all of the palette swap ninjas, the male palette swap ninjas. So palette swaps, Mortal Kombat did not invent them. They've been around in fighting games before this, where to distinguish player 1 and player 2 if they're using, the same character. Mortal Kombat was the first game to just color palette swap one sprite and make different characters with different names, with different powers, but it was just the same. Because you know how up until Mortal Kombat 4, they were actors, like they had sprites on the screen. It wasn't digitized.
Yeah.
If you look up like the gameplay from the original 3,
I never realized that. But
yeah, they're
right.
sprites with like real actors, so they just took the one male ninja sprite, color swapped it, gave it new special moves and a new name, and they were new characters. So the game we're going to play is I'm going to name them, and I'm going to name the game that they started in, and you're going to tell me what color they are
Okay.
and what their powers are. This is for you, and if you can't, what elemental power they have. This is for you, and if you can't get it, go to Brian. First two should be easy. Mortal Kombat 1, Sub-Zero. What color is he?
Come on.
All right, take it easy. Blue,
What are his powers?
fucking ice.
Yes, good. All right.
Good.
Mortal Kombat 1, Scorpion.
Electric, yellow.
He's yellow. It's not electric, though.
Fire.
Don't love
Opposite
it.
of
I
Sub-Zero.
don't love it. I don't love it.
Well, that's how they wrote it.
Go ahead.
They're yin and yang, dude.
I got yellow right.
You got
Yeah.
yellow, right?
2 for 2 on colors. Let's just.
All right.
Mortal
You have a
Kombat.
lot of pretty colors. Sorry.
Mortal Kombat 1 as a hidden opponent. Mortal Kombat 2 as a playable character. And that Reptile.
Green.
And
The fucking reptile.
yeah. So what
like,
what do reptiles have?
teeth?
In the teeth.
Fangs?
Inside of the
Venom.
fangs.
They got venom.
Venom.
Poison.
Venom.
Okay. Poisonous. All right.
So does anyone have
What the
reptile?
fuck, dude?
You do? So you have like everything about him or no?
No.
So he's a hidden opponent in Mortal Kombat 1. He is considered the first secret character in any fighting game. And this is what you have to do in order to encounter and fight Reptile in Mortal Kombat 1. You must perform a double flawless victory with a fatality on the pit stage without blocking at all.
Huh.
There must also be a silhouette flying past the moon, which happens every 6th game.
Oh my god.
And then if you do that, he jumps down and says, "Congratulations, you found me," and then you fight him.
Jesus.
He's faster than everybody in the game, and I think he might be stronger than everybody in the game. John Tobias, co-creator of the game, came up with the idea from him on his way home from lunch, like very close to the end of development of the game.
Interesting.
Throughout the game, he'll come up and give hints on how to find him, and then they literally were just banking on word of mouth. There was no advertising about this guy being in the game. That's my little bit on Reptile. Moving on. Mortal Kombat 2, hidden opponent. Mortal Kombat 3, playable, Smoke.
Oh.
I want to say gray, but I'm. Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Gray.
You're right.
And they're not all in the name, but this one's in the name.
Smoke?
Yeah. Yeah.
Next up.
Now, hold on. Is the smoke like more of a disappearing act kind of thing? Where it's like-
Eventually it becomes that,
Yeah.
but in this game, it's kind of more just like smoke's coming off his body and he
Okay.
can,
Alright.
throw smoke balls instead of freeze balls.
All right.
But eventually he does become like he could turn into smoke and
just vanish.
dissipate
yeah,
away.
okay.
Yeah. Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3 debut, Rain.
Blue, right?
No.
No.
They're color
Similar.
palette swaps.
Similar.
Like a teal,
No.
clear, white.
No.
Don't know. I'm kicking it to Brian.
Purple.
Purple.
Right? Yeah, purple.
He is originally an homage to Prince. And
Yeah.
does anyone have him on their list,
I
Rain?
have him on my
No.
honorable mention
All right,
list.
so-
Wait,
I'll
he
just
said
put it
That
purple?
in.
guy also
What?
a cop.
He said purple?
He's purple.
So Purple Rain is a Prince song. Go ahead.
Powers are based in
Minnesota.
Bailey's at the window.
Oh.
She just popped up. She's
What'd you
like,
say?
Minnesota.
No, I meant what kind? Elemental power.
Oh, she didn't have one.
Control water.
Next one, you said this color already.
Wait, you had something on him or no?
I mean, I was just gonna give background on the character, like
Yeah,
who
go ahead. He's on my honorable mention, so.
he is an Edenian demigod who is eventually brought underneath the control of Shao Kahn after Shao Kahn dominates Edenia, which is his homeland. So he works for the bad guys initially. Most of these characters flip flop affiliation throughout the games.
Heel turns.
Yeah, heel turns, face turns, all kinds
Love
of
it.
stuff. Next one, you said the color already. Debuts in Mortal Kombat trilogy, Chameleon.
I said the color. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Green?
No, no color repeats.
Okay, that's what I'm confused about.
No color repeats.
Teal.
Yeah. Teal? No. That's the only other color he said. I don't know.
No, he did say another color.
Oh.
Orange.
You never said orange.
I know. Panicking.
Do you know what color Chameleon is?
Red.
No. White.
Well,
Chameleon was white,
Yeah.
and his whole deal was he would change colors between everybody else, and whatever color he was
their
during the
power.
fight, he was their powers.
Okay.
Kind of sucked. Did away with him after that game, I think. Then brought up back a female Chameleon in the later game that also sucked. Did away with her. Next one, I doubt you're going to get this one. He first appears playable in Mortal Kombat 10. His first appearance before that is a few games back. It's Tremor. You didn't say
Pink.
no. Tremor's brown, and he has earth-based powers.
Brown is horrific. It's horrific.
Because when I hear the name Tremor, I think of pink.
Well, you think of brown?
I mean, during the
I mean,
you see the movie
Earthquake,
I
dude.
trailers.
guess.
Yeah.
The next one, hidden opponent in Mortal Kombat 2, becomes playable in Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3, Noob Saibot.
Oh, I know this one.
Not technically a color,
Yeah.
more of a shade.
You said it too.
Teal.
No.
He's like
Gray.
kind of like clear.
What? I mean, okay,
Yeah,
almost gray,
gray.
but keep
Like a
going.
grayish.
He's black.
Yeah, he's black.
All right. Black's a color.
Yeah.
It just
But
gets.
the way he looks in the game, it's
Depending on
He's
what
like-
game.
Yeah, it's
dark
like-
silhouette.
In his debut,
Yeah,
it was
it's-
literally
it's
just a
kinda like
blacked
more of a
out
shadow. Yeah, and some things like
like a shadow.
he's
What's his name?
Noob Saibot.
he's the cyborg that comes.
So he's a
back
cyborg?
to
That's his
keep
superpower?
some
No,
people
so
alive.
I have. I'm not
got
done
the
talking
story.
about him. I have the story about it too because I'm not done talking about him, but I will do this. His name is Noob Saibot, right? He was like we said, originally a hidden opponent in Mortal Kombat 2. The two creators of Mortal Kombat are Ed Boon and John Tobias. So Boon backwards is Noob, Tobias backwards is Saibot. That's where he gets his name. He's named after the two of them.
Oh, interesting.
Wow.
Was that what you were gonna say?
No.
I have the other deal
Uh,
about
yeah,
him later
yeah,
too.
I got the deal.
And the final one, who I'm also not going to be done talking about, Air Mac.
What? Airback's the shit.
I just said I'm not done talking about him.
Oh man.
Teal.
No.
I just want there to be a teal one.
There is one, but it's a girl one,
He's-
and
yeah.
we're only doing guys. Air Mac's red.
Okay.
Makes his debut in Ultimate
He's the
Mortal Kombat
shit.
3.
Airbender?
No, but I'm not
Right.
done talking about
Yeah,
him.
he's the
Telekinesis.
shit. Yeah, he's
Alright.
the shit.
Okay. Okay.
All right,
Ermac's
I'll
lit.
run through my honorable mentions real quick. I know he's a fan favorite, but I do have Jax on mine just because I don't really play with him often, but he is sick. I had Rain on mine also. I know Jack doesn't like him. I don't know if you guys do you know Devora?
Yeah, the bug.
Yes.
Yeah, she was sick. She's also on my honorable mentions. And both Jade and Katana, who is the teal.
Katana's blue.
blue.
The teal one is the girl Sub-Zero, Frost.
Gotcha.
She's teal.
Well, I have both Jade and Katana on my honorable mentions also.
They're also color swaps,
Yeah.
just of the male ones. The female ones, rather.
I do have some honorable mentions. We'll throw.
You better get it together.
Did you have
Listen,
them? Or
man,
do you not have
I
them?
just kind of.
Hold on, I have 3 more because I counted the palette swap as one spot. So the final boss
This is
from
like your leg.
no, it isn't. The final boss from Mortal Kombat 1, Shang Tsung, the Collector of Souls, badass, sticks around, whatever. Jax Briggs
Yeah.
makes his debut in Mortal Kombat 2, and making their debut in Mortal Kombat 3, Queen Sindel, the Queen of Edenia, and then later Outworld. After Shao Kahn takes over Edenia, murders her husband, and takes her as his new queen. in Mortal Kombat 3, she's a banshee and she's got this long hair so she can, supersonic screaming and she's got this crazy long hair.
I didn't know her name, but
And in Mortal Kombat 3, it was almost broken. She had this move where she'd grab you with her hair and slam you. And once they popped up, if you could just keep them up.
there.
So those are mine. So Jack, you got any more?
I do. I got two. We got Cassie Cage and Sonya Blade, and they're
You don't like this?
they're
No, I
honorable
do.
mentions for a reason, Jim. All right, but Sonya Blade is very grappler heavy character, which is a very hard character to master. But once you get into it, very effective and very good. I know in the older games it's a lot different with like grabbing moves and things like that. But in newer fighting games, like the new Mortal Kombat's, such a good character if you know how to use her. And then Cassie Cage is the complete opposite, where you got these ridiculous overpowered supers and like fucking. But Cassie Cage is also got the Cage mindset, so I'm with it.
So at least through 1 and 2, every character had the same move set. They just had different special moves. Maybe even through 3. That was one of the things about Mortal Kombat that made it different too. Top 10 time?
Top 10 time.
Top 10.
Who we starting with? Alcina.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What's your
good
first
start.
pretty color?
Let Alicino
That's
get in the
true.
fucking mix.
All right, here we go. Let's get after it. I know I'm probably gonna have the best list out there, everybody, after it's all said and done.
If you say so.
But here we go. I don't even know how to say his name.
Oh no.
Kotal Khan.
Kotal Khan.
Kotal
Nailed it.
Khan.
All right, here we go. Looks pretty sick, but I'm not a huge fan of this look. I know the thing can't see.
I don't know what that is.
I'm more there.
No, you want to go
I'm
War
with
God.
that.
Yeah.
I'm there, yeah. I'm at the War God Emperor look. Okay, so real quick, he's 1 million years old. He's over 1 million years old. The 4th Emperor of Outer World or Outworld, what the fuck that means.
Yep.
His occupation is a warlord, and his hobby is being with Jade, and that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. His other hobby is ruling Outworld, whatever. So that's cool. So that's where I'm at with him.
Great. Love
If
it.
anybody,
He's the boss of which game first
I
appearance?
believe 10, and he
10.
leads into
10.
11.
yeah.
Yes.
So now, if anybody has any backstory on these characters,
So I
don't be
do-
afraid to.
I
get
got
crazy.
some details for Kotal Khan. Kotal Khan is part of a race of people in the Outworld that is based on ancient Aztecs and derive their power from the sun. So, a little fun fact: he's also a sun-based.
He's
Aztec
the
warrior.
sun god, right? Or
He's
descendant of a sun
sun-based,
god?
Yeah, he's descendant, something like that.
The other thing is he's an anti-hero. That's what they're saying. They call him an anti-hero.
Sure, but he's the bad guy.
Yeah.
Really?
Somewhat, yes.
Essentially.
Somewhat.
All right. Well, that's 10.
Brian.
You want me to go? All right. So for number 10, I actually have Melina. Just some quick stuff on her. I think you might, and actually no, you didn't mention.
I
She
didn't
made her
mention it.
Debut in Mortal Kombat 2. She is the daughter of one of the adopted daughters of Shao Kahn. And I didn't know this before. I kind of just started looking into it, but apparently she was a genetic experiment. It wasn't really like a.
She was a
You know,
clone.
this-
She was a clone created, I believe, using either a Dinian,
Cotton DNA.
no Tarkatan,
Yes.
or either a Dinian DNA or Katana
Both.
specifically.
No, it was Tarkanan blood and Adenian physiology.
There you go.
So you guys are both. But yeah, so I did like playing with her. I also thought her actual character was sick, where her mask just kind of covered up the jaw.
Tarkatan teeth.
Yeah. So and one of her fatalities, if I'm remembering correctly, I'm sure it has to do with something with biting someone's head off or something.
She'd
like that.
jump on them and rip their throat out.
Right. That's specifically what I remember. And actually, she actually reminded me the most of. You ever played with Nina in Tekken?
Yeah.
So very similar, I felt like, to her sort of fighting style, and she was my favorite character in Tekken. So I think that's kind of why I was drawn more towards her.
So
Piggyback off Brian real quick. My number 10 is Baraka. So I can follow up with
fine. Hold on. Before you go, let me a little bit of tidbit on that. She's the clone daughter, sister of Katana. So Katana is the daughter of Queen Sindel and King Gerard,
Okay.
who Shao Kahn kills during the war or whatever. But she either gets brainwashed or she doesn't remember that. So she grows up thinking she's Shao Kahn's real legitimate daughter.
Gotcha.
And they're both raised as to be assassins for him. And eventually Katana finds out the truth and fucks off and defects. but Melina was created to constantly watch over her and take her out if she ever started plotting against Shao Kahn. That was why Shao Kahn created her. So go ahead with Baraka. I think Baraka's useless, but go ahead.
So number 10, I have Baraka, and there's a couple. So my reasons specifically, he was always like the training character. Like they never let you pick a character sometimes in their training modes. So the standard character was Baraka because he name started with a B. He was like the first on the list, whatever it may be. You can always beat up on the dude, and I feel like I see him in posters and pictures a lot more than I do some other characters. I feel like whenever I see Mortal Kombat stuff, so I feel like he's always kind of been there.
He's
Debuted in
famous.
Mortal Kombat 2.
Mortal Kombat 2. Yeah.
He's famous because of his crazy sword arms, but like the fact of the matter is, he's pretty irrelevant by the end of Mortal Kombat 4. He lacks character development and playability, and I think he's everyone's second favorite Tarkatan behind Molina for the most part.
That's fine, dude. I have him here for the respect that I think he's due. He resides in Outworld, where he is from. He's Tarkatan, which means he grows these keratin-like blades out of his arms. He's got the super jacked up teeth. He's a sick-looking character, and he's a very violent character, too. So, with the ESRB rating, he's also another guy that could be patched in with that.
Well, he was only Mortal Kombat 2, though.
Yeah. Height and weight.
Height and weight for...
I got it. I'm saying.
You got it?
Do you
Let me
know
hear
it?
it,
Do you
dude.
know it?
No fucking
Take
clue.
a guess.
Dude, he's like
5'3",
5'3", and he's like 250.
I was going to say like 5'11", 205.
Yeah, I was gonna say probably like 5.
Dude, he's a menace. 6'5", 280.
It's a
holy
monstrous
shit,
man.
That's LeBron James.
Absolute linebacker, dude.
Just a little bit shorter than LeBron
Yeah,
James.
little but absolute linebacker.
So my number 10 makes his debut in Mortal Kombat Deadly Alliance. It's Kenshi. Kenshi is the blind samurai with the katana. So
Fucking Kenshi, dude.
after Kenshi releases Ermac from Shao Kahn's mind control, Ermac teaches Kenshi how to use telekinesis as a thank you. So he's blind. Samurai, he winds up being joined up recruited by Sonya Blade and Jax to join the Outworld Investigation Agency, I think it's called. So basically, he's a good guy. Got that Daredevil vibe. Got the sword, which is dope. I think he looks dope. I played him a bunch in that Deadly Alliance when he was first brought into the game, but after that, I think I stopped playing with him as much. But he was pretty dope. Put him at 10.
He's not in Mortal Kombat 11.
No.
I believe he shows up in 10.
Yeah. All right, and he's 6'1". And his some of the stuff on here that I'm looking up is just wild. Like, he's 6'1", and his blood type is B negative.
It's important, dude.
So,
You need to donate.
I'm just saying. I don't know if I'd want it from him.
This is a
but-
30-year-old franchise. People are invested.
I mean, crazy invested. Anyway, here we go. Number 9. I got Johnny Cage. All right, and here's why. It's pretty basic, but doing research, I found out that The Miz, the WWE wrestler, is going to play him in Mortal Kombat 2, or is about to sign to play.
That
him
would be
in Mortal
incredible.
Kombat 2.
Yeah.
And I feel like that is just kind of perfect.
It's a good
They
pick,
teased
honestly.
him at the end of the Mortal Kombat, I think.
Okay, so
Pretty sure
he's
they not
probably-
Miz, but
he's
they
actually
teased.
No,
they
Johnny
teased
Cage, yeah,
Johnny
yeah.
Cage.
He
Yeah.
probably is very good for the role.
Yeah, incredible.
I mean, I don't want to. I think he's in every game.
No, there's only one character who's in every game. Playable in every game. There's only one.
So he's got to be playable. Okay.
There's only one
'Cause
character.
He makes cameos in.
Yeah,
Oh,
he
so
might.
he makes bunch
There's a
of-
few that appear in every game. There's only one character that's playable in every game.
I guess we'll get to that.
I mean, on someone else's list, maybe.
Okay. So he's a struggling actor from where was it? Okay. Where'd it go? He was a struggling actor from California, Hollywood, and I guess he just. I'm trying to figure out. I lost.
He's a legitimate martial artist who also stars in martial
so
arts.
he's like
Bruce
He
Lee.
also- yeah,
not
no.
Bruce Lee, like
Well, okay, so he's
Jean-Claude
he's
Van
based
Damme
on
Jean-Claude
without
Van
the-
Damme,
without the accent.
he was designed and based on Jean-Claude Van Damme's character in Bloodsport.
Okay. All right, that makes sense. That's why he's number 9. There you go.
Johnny Cage also has the power of this old. It's like a
Green
ancestor
energy?
of him. Yeah, but it's like an ancestral warrior power that he inherits, and then he becomes a sick movie actor. He does his own stunts and shit.
He's one of the first original 7 characters.
Yes.
Mhm.
So it's weird because I don't think he's very basic, right? And when you're talking like characters in Mortal Kombat, I think he's very basic. But I'm gonna say that he's definitely probably one of the most popular still.
Yeah.
So
Fuck yeah.
I'm gonna
I
give
mean,
him
people
9.
love him or hate him.
I couldn't go any higher than 9.
Okay.
I couldn't do it.
Fine, dude. That's fine.
I'm with it. That's fine.
So at number 9, I have Quan Chi. And I knew, that's why I looked at you.
The
Jack.
cuck boy.
Oh, and as far as Jack's concerned, yeah. But I honestly I liked playing with him. I think a lot of people don't like him because a lot of his moveset I feel like is based more off like his magic and not so much the actual hand-to-hand combat. But I think
That's a good
that
point to
might be why I like him so much, honestly. Don't get me wrong, he is kind of a boring villain, but he seems to be, at least in my opinion, he's the most consistent villain in Mortal Kombat. And he reminds me of, I know this is another comparison to Tekken, but if anyone's ever played with Brian Fury in Tekken, he's very similar to him, even though he's a little bit more magic based.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
So I think,
How old is he?
I don't even know where you're finding this, so I have no idea.
All right.
Mortal Kombat Wiki, dude.
Take a guess, dude.
I'm on Mortal Kombat.
How old
Wiki
is
too.
Quan Chi? 1,000,000 years old. Dude.
He's probably
wrong.
I'm going a couple of thousand.
Well, dude, what's a couple
I don't know.
thousand? Because you're in the realm.
maybe 6,000.
6,000.
I was gonna say like 2,200.
That's so tough, dude.
Why?
It's 4,015.
Wow.
So it's like really right there.
Yeah.
I think he won by.
Do you have his height and weight?
I do have his height.
6'1",
I'll say
225.
6'2".
I only have his height.
6'1".
6'1", I said that already.
5'11".
Dude, 6 foot. You guys are so good. Does he stand next to you guys? How do you guys know that?
Played a lot of Mortal Kombat, dude.
So does anybody else have Quan Chi on their list?
I feel like we. I mean,
No.
No.
I don't even know. I don't think so.
No. Okay. Well, basically, like Quan Chi's whole my other gripe with Quan Chi is like his only sole thing is to revive Shinnok, and Shinnok is he's an old god basically. Later in the story.
That's not true. He also helps revive Onaga.
Yes. Also,
The
Quan
Dragon
Chi's
King.
only objective is to get to the bigger dude, like to
To
revive
control
him.
them into doing what he wants.
Yeah, but he sucks at it.
It's a
clearly.
classic villain trope, dude.
But he
Get the
sucks
big
at
dope to do my work for me. So my number 9, we spoke about him. You're good on
Yeah, you're
right?
good. Yep.
My number 9, spoke about him a little bit already. Hidden character in MK2, playable in MK3. Smoke. I mean, you always liked the ninjas. Go ahead.
I have Smoke at 8, so I'm gonna let you.
I'll
just
piggyback with you as
piggyback
well.
off
I got
of us.
Smoke at 8.
Woo! I'm
Oh,
so
I'm
glad
sorry,
you
I'm
did.
sorry. I'm
Did
sorry.
he do his 9 yet?
I did not do my 9.
No,
yet.
I
My
was just
9
tailing you because I was gonna be next and just say the same thing. So
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry
fine.
for the spoiler. Smoke is 7.
Jesus, you could have. All right.
All right.
Here's the point.
All right. Whoa.
The
No, no,
people
no,
that
no,
got
no,
it.
no,
No,
no.
you talk
Alright.
about smoke when it's your turn.
Just stop.
I
I'm
just-
just going here. 'cause I
every-
don't want to repeat it again.
I just real quick with smoke. First of all, his concept is cool. Eventually, all of these guys who are palette swap ninjas, most of them become their own character, as opposed to in the beginning they were all just the same and different lipstick on the same pig. Eventually, he just becomes completely anthropomorphous smoke.
He's just Smoke.
I
In
wish-
Armageddon, he's just Smoke.
Yeah.
I wish I saw him because
He's
he
sick.
might have made my top 10.
I'll pull it up on.
Did you
YouTube.
see the
No,
picture
no,
of him
look-
from
I'm
Armageddon
looking at him now.
when he's just smoke?
When he's in Armageddon, it's the best one, honestly.
Look up Smoke Mortal Kombat Armageddon. So yeah, I mean any Mortal Kombat game since Trilogy that he's a playable character in,
Yeah,
I
see it.
always give him a few runs at least. He's fun.
Sorry about that, guys.
I got it up here.
All right, cool.
That's cool.
So that's really all I got on Smoke. So your 9 is who?
My 9 is Raiden.
He's 29 years old.
Wow.
Oh,
okay.
Can we get height and weight?
He's single,
Oh,
and his citizenship is unknown.
That's
So, like,
amazing.
He's from the Czech Republic in Prague.
He's another Lin Kuei ninja.
I actually only know that because I looked it up.
Really?
I looked it up before
so-
the podcast.
I can't even believe that I forgot to bring this up. He's one of the three Lin Kuei ninjas
Who
who
turned?
were forced against their will to become cybernetic warriors. So there's also a Smoke version where he's a cyborg.
cyborg. Yeah.
So his real name is Tomas?
Yeah.
Correct. Yep.
Yep.
Okay, I just want to make sure I have the
Yep.
the right guy.
Tomas Verbata.
All right, cool. Number 9, Jack.
Number 9, the Thunder God, Raiden. I couldn't go higher than 9 with Raiden because
I can.
Yeah, you can. I can't.
So I can. So I think I did okay. Go ahead.
You think you did okay?
Jack
Oh,
knows the most. So.
all right. Well,
Tell us
Guess
about
what?
Raiden. If you don't have his height and
Raiden's
weight,
always
tell us about
defending
Raiden.
poor Earthrealm from fucking Shao Kahn
He's an
and
elder
Quan
god.
Chi.
That's what he's supposed to do.
Yeah,
Sacrifices his ability to be an elder god.
I need to.
He does, but guess what? In game, he's one of the most goddamn annoying characters to fight. All right. Every time I get hit by that stupid fucking tackle, I want to murder somebody.
Are you a fan of the lightning bolt that comes down?
I
So
want
you're
to.
upset.
I broke my
it's
controller
interesting
over
how
Raiden,
aggressive
dude.
you are
That's
towards
how
your
bad
number
it
9.
was.
Yeah.
Well, we'll get
It's
to
just-
I've gotten hit
to
with-
why he's mad about it. I got time for that later.
I've
Yeah,
gotten
'cause
hit
you
with so
bodied
much
him with it,
Raiden.
That's why.
He
No,
didn't
that's
do
not
shit.
even
I
it.
never played him in Mortal Kombat. Raiden, I fucking hate you on a gameplay level. On a story-based level, I think you're medium lit, dude. I'm kind of with you.
He's essential storyline wise.
He is essential, but like, there's other characters in the story that have better writing or better storytelling than Raiden. And to me, part of Mortal Kombat, that was another thing as the game's gone on. The storytelling has become so much better and fleshed out. So it's entertaining to play and watch through. But number 9, Raiden. That's about it.
All right, number 8.
Yo, you don't got any statistics on Raiden over here?
I do. He's 6'1". Calm down. Actually, no, I don't. That was
Oh, okay,
that was smoke.
okay.
I'm sorry, that was smoke. Now, real quick, because this is just amazing. Smoke's blood type is oil. Right? And
Good laugh.
and there was one other thing. Oh, he's 6'1". He's 6'2" when he's in the robot suit.
Get that extra inch.
Smoke, yeah.
Whatever, man. You gotta do what you gotta do.
Where there's smoke, there's fire.
He's over
I
6.
hear
He's
you.
fine with it, right?
All right, so Ermac.
Yeah, Ermac's the shit.
Armax lit, dude.
Ermac's 8, dude, for sure.
Armax gonna take a high spot, dude.
That's good.
Armax coming.
That's good. So he's also 6'1". Love that. I like my characters above 6 foot. That's just how it is.
Personally.
So his name. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. His name derived from a text era, era macro, and that's how he got his name.
Really?
Well, so
Go ahead.
the code. So everyone knew that Reptile was the hidden character in Mortal Kombat 1. There was a glitch in Mortal Kombat 2 where the shortened version of the code for error macros was Ermax, ERMACS, and fans speculated that this had to be another hidden character like Reptile, and kept talking about it until magazines did, like video game magazines did stories on it, basically until the fan base bullied NetherRealm Studios into creating Ermac for Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3.
All right. So he's sick, and I think it's awesome that he refers to himself
As we,
as we, us, our instead of.
well, do you know why? He's the living.
He's the soul.
He's the living embodiment of like 10,000 souls that were lost in the
Right.
Adenian battle against Outworld. He's created by Shao Kahn.
So he's also known as the fusion of
Shao
souls.
Kahn or Shang Tsung?
I thought he was created by Shao Kahn. Shang Tsung is Shao Kahn's #1 lackey, dude.
Yeah, but I'm saying Shang Tsung.
Well, Shang Tsung helped create him, yeah.
That's why I'm
So
saying-
he's just a white guy with some red blood, and he's 6'1", 21 years old, and alive.
He's only
So-
21.
Yeah, so I'm in on that. I think I really,
Piece of shit.
and plus he looks sick. So that's
Yeah.
just how I feel. But number
My
8,
number
you had
8
smoke.
My number 8 was Smoke. We
Right.
definitely
I gotta
got
keep this all
enough
together.
fun facts on
Yeah.
him. So
8 is
I'm
smoke.
just gonna switch over to Hawk.
8 to Hawk.
We covered everything
Good
we
shit.
got to talk about with Smoke.
We're all good.
So my number 8 is the only Shaolin monk that's going to appear on my list. Debuts in Mortal Kombat 2, Kung Lao, the descendant of the great Kung Lao, who was the first Earthrealm winner of a Mortal Kombat tournament. He uses the razor blade hat, much like a Captain America shield, as his weapon, leads to some of the sicker fatalities in the game, which honestly save him, because early on, like as in Mortal Kombat 2, this is just shitty Liu Kang with a hat. But eventually, his fatalities save him. I like playing him. His fatalities in the new movie, he uses at least one fatality in the new movie that's sick with the
Really?
hat. Yeah. So that's, Kung Lao. That's it.
He's 42. Go ahead. No age on this guy. But... Oh, yeah, no height on this guy. Sorry, no height.
No height.
Number 8, I have Nightwolf.
Oh, fuck Nightwolf, dude.
You don't like
Fuck
Nightwolf?
you.
Nightwolf
Fuck
sucks.
Quan Chi. So
You didn't have
Nightwolf.
one.
Nightwolf is a Native American who has the power to control animal spirits. I mean, that just sounds cool. You looking up a picture of Nightwolf?
Yeah, he looks like a loser to me. But
Nightwolf's cool.
his real name is Grey Cloud, which
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know about that. He's got 2 nicknames. What are we doing here?
He's a native,
He's
dude.
Native American.
I know what I understand that, but Nightwolf is also a Native American name. It could be right.
I didn't know that was a nickname. I got to be honest with you. You just told me
It
something.
Came out of the blue with
I didn't
that
know
one, not
Nightwolf
gonna
was a nickname, but fine.
Okay, go ahead.
Still not bothered though.
lie. Anyway, Nightwolf is
Not bothered. I'm just-
he's a sick character. He's apparently in the Mortal Kombat chronology. He's one of the more powerful characters there are.
Is he responsible for the animality finish?
I believe so. Yes.
Animalities were sick.
Animality. Yeah.
When it was the fatality, but your character would turn into an animal. Yeah. So Nightwolf turned into a wolf. Like,
But yeah, Nightwolf's sick. He also uses tomahawks as one of his weapons. But the power to control animal spirits is pretty dope, and that gets you number 8. So.
and his little energy-based bow and arrow.
Yep.
Their weapon tomahawk. Origin United States. Okay. Here we go. I'm up 7, right?
Yes.
Did you do 8 already? You did, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Shao Kahn.
nailed it.
Love it.
Nailed it.
Love it. All right. Here we go. Guess that height.
7'4".
Wow.
He's
He's got
6'9".
6'10".
Damn, what is Price is Right in you, dude?
I know.
7'2".
7'2".
Oh.
Wow.
Yeah, he's monstrous,
huge.
dude.
And he's 2,228. So he's up
You got a
there,
weight
dude.
on Shao Kahn?
No, nah.
26
no
stone.
Weight, no weight. It is stone.
26.
No weight. So, does anybody know about this guy? Because
Shao
Everyone
Kahn.
knows
Shao
about Shao
Kahn
Kahn.
is the guy
He's
for
the guy.
most of the games, at least the first 4. Even though Mortal Kombat 1, Shang Tsung is the final boss, but like we said, Shang Tsung is Shao Kahn's lackey. Shao Kahn is the Emperor of Outworld.
so he was a good guy
No.
before,
Oh.
and then he
well,
turned evil. Right? That's the gimmick behind this guy.
Yes.
So I don't think, as far as a playable character, and I don't know this.
I'm not even sure when he becomes playable. Is he ever playable?
Oh, he's 400 pounds. I found it.
Nice. I
Um,
was just say 380.
okay, I was gonna say as a playable character, if he is,
He is in the newest game. He's a pre-order, I believe.
I think he's one of those guys that's pretty hard to operate with.
Super
Probably
slow.
being the one of the
Yeah.
biggest characters, but I mean you can't deny the look. The look is sick. So
So
Coming
in the-
right out of Mad Max, dude.
Yeah,
In
that's
the
exactly
new-
what it is.
in the
Right
new
out of-
game,
out of
he
Road
gets
Warrior.
like these boss characters because like the way the new game's set up, there's like these challenges you can do. So he's like one of the boss characters, so all of his shit gets sped up. He's like one of the characters where it's like, oh, I unlocked the final boss, and then he sucks when you play him.
Yeah.
Oh,
He's like one of those.
when he is the boss, he's sick.
When he's the boss,
Yeah.
he's the most annoying character to play because he's got hard hitting moves like a truck, and he moves.
He's final
fast
boss
as-
in 2, 3, and 4, right?
I believe so.
He's a boss in 2, 3, Ultimate Mortal Kombat, Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3, Ultimate Mortal Kombat Trilogy, Mortal Kombat Advanced, Deadly Alliance. He makes a cameo. He's a
He
boss.
gets killed in the beginning of Deadly
He's a
Alliance.
sub boss in Armageddon. He's a boss and playable in Mortal Kombat vs. DC Universe. He's a boss in Mortal Kombat 9. Makes a cameo in 10, and he's a DLC in 11. Okay, number 7.
Number 7. Jack's not gonna be happy with this one either. I have Baraka.
I know. I'm okay with it. He
I
made the
know.
list.
You know what it is? I like him. He's always kind of been like a staple in all of the games I've played.
That's what
And I feel like as time's gone on, he's actually gotten sicker. Just like I feel like I don't know, I could be wrong, but I think they only added like the blades to his hands towards kind of.
No, he always had the blades in his arms. Yeah.
Maybe I'm remembering something else then, but
No, in Mortal Kombat 3, you could slice him up.
yeah.
Yeah.
That I mean, I don't know. I really just liked him for the staple. He's always been in the game. I don't really play with him that often, but just kind of shouting out respect because
I almost never played with him.
I never
ever.
really played with him.
And the thing is with Baraka too in the new game, he's a Tarkatan warlord, so he gets a flag, and one of his fatalities, he just plants the flag right on your skull. Sick fatality, sick little addition to Baraka, but you know
so they made him
he's
more
a
of like a
staple.
warrior.
Yeah,
in this
he's,
one.
he's a
Gotcha.
good staple because their whole tribe is like tribe based warfare. So he's got the war flag,
right.
and he's the guy who plants it. He's like the leader. So like he's got the flag, and I think in the game when you plant the flag, it gives you like an attack and like boost and you get, like super armor or something. But cool little addition to his character that made him a little more likable.
Good enough for Jack.
All right, so my 7 debuts in Mortal Kombat 3. We talked earlier about how a lot of these characters throughout the course of the games flip-flop affiliations. Nobody, it's Cabal. Cabal is booked worse than the Big Show in his Mortal Kombat run, dude. He
That's a fact.
is originally the leader of the Black Dragon clan, so bad. Then he winds up getting recruited by Sonya and Jax, I believe, to help them go do whatever they got to do in Outworld. So he's a good guy, and then he dies, and then they revive him, and the bad guys revive him, and they brainwash him or whatever and make him bad again. And then eventually he's good again. It's like 5 or 6 different times this guy flip-flops. But he wears the mask, the life support system, the Darth Vader kind of looking deal.
I believe he was burned alive. Is how he like. Died.
No, it was due to damage from the fight against the Outworld fighters. I mean, it could have been burning, but I just saw due to damage in the war against Outworld. And his primary weapon, you will not see him without his hook swords, which are lit. He's lit looking, like I said, weekly booked throughout the course of the franchise. He's a little slow for me, so I would play with him, but I'm more of a fast, more combos, less damage output in fighting games. I like the smaller, quicker characters, which typically means what? Bueller?
Faster.
Fighting games, smaller, faster characters, typically means what kind of characters?
Lower damage.
Low damage.
No, I mean
low
a-
HP.
Smaller.
About the character, though. Fit, women, girls. What's my favorite Tekken fighter?
Oh, I don't know. What's her
I'm
name?
out.
Christy.
Christy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because
My-
what's the other girl?
Nina.
That's the okay. That's what I get confused with. Okay.
It's funny you said that Cabal is slow because one of his superpowers is like super.
Is the
speed.
super speed, yeah.
He's just got to kick it up sometimes.
Yeah, you just gotta press the fucking, inject the shit like Bane through his mask, dude.
Cabal's cool. I feel like the world doesn't know kind of what hook swords are without him. I feel like he's the mascot for hook swords.
100%, dude. The
He's
leading
lit.
man. He's the leading man for hook swords.
I don't think of anybody who has hook swords besides Cabal. And
Low level foot soldiers in Ninja Turtles use hook swords.
there you go, dude.
That's it.
I've never played Ninja Turtles, so
I mean, like the shows, the comics, everything, but yeah.
sure, whatever it
So,
may be.
Cabal's lit.
Cabal, I will vouch for Cabal. Cabal's lit. My number 7 is where there's smoke, there is fire. Sick catchphrase, dude.
Yep.
But he's always had a
Who? Smoke.
Oh, smoke.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh my.
Yeah.
I just want to make sure. I'm like all fucked up.
So
here.
that's 3 votes for Smoke, right?
Yeah,
Not a lot of
Smoke.
points,
Smoke's
though.
the man.
I don't know if he's
I
going
don't
to hang
know,
on.
But he's
a
definitely a
in the
lit
middle.
character. I feel like
He's a lit character for sure.
everybody kind of fucks with him because like he's got different looks to him. Like over each game, he changes in appearance. Like in Armageddon, he was just complete smoke. But in like in the what's it called, the remaster in Mortal Kombat 9, he's got like a couple different looks to him. He becomes one of the Lin Kuei cyborgs. The Lin Kuei is the ninja clan that Cyrax, Sector, Sub-Zero, and Smoke are from. They're all trained Ninja Clan warriors. But basically, he turns into a cyborg against his will, like James said, and then winds up becoming a good guy again because he retains his consciousness. XYZ. Point being, Smoke is lit. He's always has been, and he always will be. He's got a sick catchphrase too. That's my number 7.
What you got, Cena?
This is 6, right?
Well, you did 7 already,
Yeah,
right?
Oh yeah,
Seven.
6.
Yeah,
You're
I
right.
was
You're right.
Jackson Briggs, Jax.
Lit.
With it, dude. Love it.
He's there because
But hold on. Debuts in Mortal Kombat 2. Gets his bionic arms in Mortal Kombat 3.
3, yeah. So the bionic arms, the guy, Ermac,
Yep,
freezes his arms off.
Mhm.
That's how he loses them. I guess he plays.
No, not Ermac, Sub-Zero.
No, Ermac.
Freezes, his-
Says
Rips off his arms.
rips his arms
with
off.
telekinesis.
telekinesis, but he freezes them. That's how he. It says they were frozen off.
That's a Sub-Zero thing, I thought.
But
That is a
listen,
Sub-Zero thing.
it says that's what it says.
But I'm pretty
Alright.
sure Ermac is responsible for
Uh,
removing Jax Briggs' arms.
All right, that's
Point
fine.
being,
He took his arms off, dude, and
Yeah.
stayed fighting. What I read is he's the hero of the whole gimmick, kind of, right? He's like He's like always a good guy, never a bad guy.
Yeah, he's a
Yup.
U.S. Special Forces
U.S.
agent.
Special Forces agent, right? Muay Thai and Judo fighting style.
And he used tonfas, which were he had the little tonfas as his weapon. You know what I'm talking
Oh,
about?
yeah,
Like the
yeah.
nightstick thing that
Yeah.
you swing around.
The only thing I don't like is that, like, I mean, you can't have too many characters, at least in my opinion, in the top 10 that aren't like, how do you say it? Like,
Superpowered?
like otherworldly characters. So like I think this is it for me because what 2 in the top 10's enough? Johnny Cage and him, right? So
Yeah, but Johnny Cage has powers.
Johnny Cage
Yeah.
has superpowers.
oh, he does.
Yeah.
All right, well, whatever. So anyway, he actually is ranked by Complex as a top 50 fighting character of all time. 47th out of 50, but he's in the top 50 across all video games.
There's great reason for that, dude.
I don't know how he plays, but
I got you. Don't worry. But for another time.
another time. Number 6.
So Hawk really went into depth with this. But at number 6, I have Reptile. I'm not going to really go too much into it, but I did find some interesting stuff just kind of while I was looking at. You might know this already, but they don't really know how old Reptile is.
Yeah.
Apparently, they're estimating tens of thousands of years, but what they do know apparently is that Earthrealm at one point was nearly destroyed by battle and the gods millions of years ago, and Reptile's race had apparently existed at that time.
Mhm.
So I know we kind of went crazy into it a little bit more, but figured at least a little bit of.
Yeah, so that's why he works for Shao Kahn, because Shao Kahn promises if he works for him, then they will save his race.
Gotcha.
So that's how he starts out working as one of Shao Kahn's head assassins.
Gotcha.
So my 6th, I don't think this is cheating. I mean, it might be kind of rule bending, but it is what it is. My 6 is Bi-Han.
My 6 is Bi-Han.
So
also known as
Bi-Han, also known as Sub-Zero from Mortal Kombat 1, where he makes his debut, and then after Mortal Kombat 1, during that tournament, Scorpion kills him, and then his younger brother, Kuai Liang, becomes Sub-Zero going forward for the rest of the games. After that, when Bi-Han,
continue.
After that, when Bi-Han is killed by Scorpion, he's sent to the Netherrealm, where he is turned into Noob Saibot, the Spectre. I'm sorry, not the Spectre. Scorpion is the Spectre. The Wraith from Netherrealm. As Noob Saibot, he returns to exact revenge on Scorpion, correct? Isn't that his entire mission?
Correct, but he is also a servant of Quan Chi, and he is gifted the superpower of darkness / being a wraith through Quan Chi, which is stupid. But he becomes Noob Saibot.
It's almost like Jack can make a better game.
I just think Quan
Call
Chi
Ed
is
Boon,
just fucking
dude.
stupid.
Call
I
Ed
think
Boon and
Quan
let him
Chi's
know.
got every lackey in the book, and I feel like Quan Chi is
Quan Chi bought Ed Boon one of his 7 houses, dude. Come on now.
good for Quan Chi. Fuck him. But Noob Saibot is a very lit character because he's part of a dynamic which is Sub-Zero and Noob Saibot because he is the original Sub-Zero. He was that guy.
And he was always more aggressive, willing to kill, out for himself, bloodthirsty, as a living person, which is when he goes to the Netherrealm and gets turned into Noob Saibot. It fits him. Whereas the second Sub-Zero, his younger brother, is not like that at all. The exact opposite.
Correct. And fun fact about Bi-Han, Noob Saibot, the original Sub-Zero, is responsible for the murder of Scorpion's family.
Yes.
Murdering makes sense now. For sure.
Loves to murder. 6? Oh, that was
My
both of our
six,
6s.
yeah.
You did your 6, right?
He did a 6.
Time for a break. Hold on. Go ahead. We're not ready. Go for it.
In the new
He's not
game,
ready to
Noob
break.
Saibot uses a sickle as his weapon, as the ability of a wraith. He can teleport around, and he's got a really sick kind of new moveset going. And it's a good stepping point for a character that's been in the franchise since the beginning, basically.
His teleport was always sick.
Yeah.
Someone would load up a special move at you. You just teleport behind him and
Like,
send
Just
him.
teleport now
Yeah.
combos. He is a combo move out of the teleport into another one, and this moveset is becoming very cool. One of my favorites.
Anything else?
No.
Break time. All right, guys, listen. Pat McAfee said it best. You got to look good to feel good. You got to feel good to play good. Well, we're going to help you guys look good with Saci di Dinero. All right, it's the finest Italian material. It's fire. It's comfortable. And we got a saving for you. All right. You're going to use promo code HAVOC for 10% off your total purchase at SachiDiDinero.com. Also, check them out over at Instagram at SachiDiDinero. Sachi Di Dinero, always authentic, never counterfeit. What's up, guys? Welcome back. It's time for the top 5. I'm going to start with my number 5, one of the original 7, debuting in Mortal Kombat 1. The former Elder God, the protector of Earthrealm, the God of Thunder, Mr. Raiden.
I also have him at 5.
Lit. So Raiden was an Elder God. He sacrificed his ability to be an Elder God, thus making himself mortal, because Elder Gods are not allowed to interfere in Mortal Kombat, and he needed to help stop Shao Kahn from taking over Earthrealm. The reason Jack hates playing against Raiden so much is because I was kind of telling you this the other day during the NFL draft, and I was looking for the right Tekken character to compare him to. I went with Steve Fox in the sense that he's hard to be good at. So if you run into a Raiden when you're playing online, it's going to go one of two ways. You're either going to dust them or you're going to get perfected, flawless victory.
That's like Ness, dude.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Raiden is very hard to use, but if you can use Raiden well, very effective. The reason I have him at 5 is because I always loved Raiden. I was like a moderate Raiden player, though.
So was I.
Like,
That's
I
why
wasn't
had him so
super
high.
great. People could beat me. Like, I wasn't super
I was
great.
never really good with him, but he definitely was one of my favorite characters. Mainly for the flying spear. And, well, I don't know if you call it a spear, but you know what I'm talking
Yeah,
about,
the
where he
flying
flies across.
tackle.
And also the thunder move that Jack was not a fan of. I like that a lot, honestly.
And right around, Raiden is one of the few characters that appears in every game, but he's not the character that's playable in every game. Right around the time where he's starting to get stale, I believe it's Deception, they make him bad.
Yes.
They flip and
He's
bad
also
Raiden.
bad in the new game as well.
Yeah, bad Raiden is sick. He's like, gray skin, dark, red eyes, red trim.
Bad Raiden in the new game, rocking gold and red instead of the white and blue
Yeah.
with the red eyes.
He's
Sick.
menacing. Bad
Absolutely
evil
menacing.
Raiden is menacing.
Black Air Force energy.
You're up, kid.
Numero 5, Johnny Cage.
Let's go.
He's my guy, dude. I love Johnny Cage. Sunglasses inside, the tats, everything about Johnny Cage, the attitude, the moveset, also sick. Johnny Cage as a character is like what I want to be, kind of. But like at the
Suave.
same time, not to, like, look at this mullet, dude. It's beautiful.
Johnny Cage.
Johnny
doesn't have that
Cage.
mullet, dude.
He doesn't
Johnny
have a
Cage
mullet, but
would
like
appreciate
he's
the
got
mullet,
the
though.
energy. He's got that
from the
energy.
80s.
He's from the 80s. Jean-Claude Van Damme-esque. Love him, dude. Love the moveset. Everything about him. He's one of those guys that you can side with and you're like, yo, I fuck with this guy.
Pretty
Like,
good character development.
Yeah.
good energy, good vibe to him. He's also a badass. He's a fucking badass in the new games. He's one of the more powerful characters, I believe, in chronology. Like, he's up there in like the top 5. So
Gets absolutely dealt with at the start of the second movie, Mortal Kombat Annihilation.
Does he really?
speaking
For
of
dead, not even 10 minutes in, 5 minutes in,
Jeez.
broken neck, done.
within the
That movie was terrible.
Really?
Oh, it's Rotten Tomatoes. It's got to be single digits.
Oh god.
Oh my god. According to getting dealt with in the newer Mortal Kombat animated series that released recently, Raiden gets one of the biggest ass beatings I've ever seen by Shao Kahn. But that was for your number 5. But that's just one thing I remembered. That's also why I don't like Raiden. But my number 5, Johnny Cage. Love him. He's that guy. Like, you've seen. You're not that guy, pal. Nah, he's that guy.
All right, here we go. Number 5. He's 8 foot 2 inches tall. All right, I want to see.
Okay.
I want people to guess. Ready?
Oh,
No, I'm gonna give you a little bit more. Come on.
I was just gonna say, is it the Centaur?
He's 4,000-year-old half-human dragon. One of the original characters debuting in the first Mortal Kombat arcade game. As you don't have to raise your hand. You can just say it out loud.
I'll take Goro for 800.
You'll win.
Fuck
win.
Oh.
yeah, dude.
He'll win. He'll win with
If you
Goro.
would have just said Shao Kahn, I would have gotten it right
Yeah,
away.
I skipped that because if you guys couldn't get it, I would have went to the easy parts. But he later appears as another sub boss in 4. Hold on. He becomes the first. He first became playable in the Game Boy version of Mortal Kombat, which is wild. All right, so here's why he's my guy. So you gotta help me out. But
Well,
he won the first 9 tournaments.
Yeah, he's one of
Yes.
he's Shang Tsung's champion.
And he was undefeated for 500 years in battle.
Yeah.
4 arms, dude. That's enough.
And he
What's
is
better than 2 arms?
4 arms.
Well, there's
dude.
3, but then there's also 4.
If I was gonna have not 2 arms,
You'd want
I'd
4.
rather have 4. I don't want
100%.
3 or 1.
Three's actually
dude.
worse than 2.
3 arms
Yeah.
is a weird look, dude.
3 arms is weird, dude.
Yeah, no, you're right. 4
That's why
arms
we're
is
with
where
the
it's
4
got to
arms.
be. So,
Like I was saying, he is one of the more iconic Mortal Kombat characters to like non-fans, non-players for sure.
yeah, so he lost in the finals of the 10th one, obviously. We wouldn't be here at Mortal Kombat 11. They would have just taken over Earth Realm and it would have been over. But, yeah, he's pretty cool. Goro, I like his look. I don't know why, but when you're going off look, for some reason, I like the first of all, I think I like more villains than good guys. 1 and 2. I think I like a lot of the bigger characters. It's weird. They look like just nastier
cool.
motherfuckers to me.
Yeah.
I don't know, but Goro 5. Brian.
I had 5 at Raiden. Do you want to just go into 4? Do you want me
You
to
can
start
go
with
into
four?
your 4th.
All right. So for 4, I have Liu Kang.
Who?
Liu Kang.
Okay, I gotta look it up.
You don't like that?
gotta look it up.
I hate Liu Kang.
Really?
Yeah.
I like Liu Kang.
He's-
He obviously reminds me of martial law because he's very based off of Bruce
Well,
Lee. But
So the 2 of them, yeah, I was gonna say Liu Kang is the token Bruce Lee character that every fighting game needs to have.
he's great. He's same thing as Baraka, just a cornerstone, like solid foundation guy. I feel like who's been in the majority of Mortal Kombat's. Very easy to play, very easy to get into. And just going back to the Bruce Lee thing, I think that's why people kind of gravitate towards him. I liked him mainly because, like how I was saying, it was very easy for me to pick up and play with him. Yeah, I mean, other than that, I just liked him. To be
All
honest
right,
with you.
so he's 5'8",
The
Yeah, short.
flying bicycle kick.
That's I was trying to think of it.
Electric moveset.
5'8". Blood type is AB positive.
Tremendous.
He kind of gets after it. He also didn't age after Mortal Kombat 1. So
Really?
there you go.
Winner of the
Didn't
Mortal
even
Kombat
realize
tournament,
that.
dude. Immortality, I guess.
Maybe.
Well, but he dies.
He does die.
What
He
age
gets
is
killed. And it's in the start of Deadly Alliance.
No. What age is he at 1 where he stops aging?
Oh,
38.
I feel like he is about. He's a little younger than Kung Lao. You said Kung Lao's 42.
Yeah, I was gonna say he's probably like.
So I'm gonna say
40.
he's probably in. No, I don't think he's that old. 40?
Asians just age so well, so just keep that in mind.
I'm gonna say he's 40 then. Yeah.
40,
I'm gonna say
42,
I said
40.
38.
38, you said? Sorry.
Yeah.
He's 46.
Whoa.
Oh, so he's not older than Kung Lao. I thought he was younger than Kung Lao.
But, Yeah, I mean, he is definitely a basic character if you're going off of looks, which I am going off of. So he wouldn't be in my top 10, but, I mean, hey, cool.
He's got the flying bicycle kick is a cool move.
Yeah.
So you're at 4 now.
I'm at my 4. Debuting in Mortal Kombat X, Cassie Cage, the daughter of Johnny Cage and Sonya Blade, and the active protagonist of Mortal Kombat X. I love Cassie Cage because she is the best of both worlds when it comes to Johnny and Sonya. She's got Johnny's brashness, Johnny's like fighting style to a degree, but then she's got Sonya's weapons and like the special force. She's got 2 handguns, a nightstick, and a bomb,
A robot.
a drone.
She got a drone.
Yeah. My favorite character, like the minute I picked up Mortal Kombat 10, she was definitely my most played character in that game. My favorite of the new characters, and she instantly cemented herself as one of my all-time favorites. Because she's basically, like I said, she's faster Johnny with Sonya's weaponry. And she had one fatality that was called Selfie, where she took off the nightstick, took out her nightstick and smashed their bottom jaw off of their face, and then took out her phone and took a selfie with the body
Oh my God.
and posted it to Facebook.
That is funny.
Yeah.
All right. I mean, I don't hate it. She is, you want to guess her age?
She's got to be like 22.
20.
24.
27.
Oh.
Yeah. I mean, what are you going to do? They don't have her.
Pray, dude.
They don't have anything else.
She's
about her.
every bit of like 5'6",
They don't have
buck
it.
20,
I don't-
dude.
I don't know.
Every bit of like 5'6", a buck
It's
25.
wishy-washy. Sometimes they have it, sometimes they don't.
Yeah.
Who am I? Number 4.
Number 4. The Hellfire Demon Scorpion. Got Scorpion at 4 because it's a very basic pick, but as far as Mortal Kombat goes, as James said earlier, the ninjas evolve and they get their own movesets and shit like that. Scorpion's he's different. Like this guy, he's the Hellfire Demon, I believe. I'm not sure where he's originally from.
He's a specter.
Spectre.
Well, he's originally a human.
Originally human.
Originally a Spectre.
Well, what
Then
happened?
a human, now a Spectre.
Okay.
So I got the lowdown basically. Originally a human from the clan of the Shirai Ryu, which were the rival clan of the Lin Kuei. The Lin Kuei consists of notable characters such as Sub-Zeros, both of them, Smoke, Cyrax, Sector. I believe there's another one in there, Frost, I believe, but that's not until later on.
Frost is when Sub-Zero wants to rebuild them.
So, Scorpion has multiple different types of weapons. The most notable and famous being the rope spear. And the rope spear is basically, for those who don't know, it is a kunai attached to a set of chains that is on
Or
fire.
actual rope in
Or
some
actual
games.
rope.
Or in some games, he just shot the snake out of his hand. But yeah, always the same move. And it's also obviously famous for one of the most quotable Mortal Kombat lines of all time, which is
Get over here!
didn't want to take that away
I
from
don't
you.
know if
It was
he's gonna
very
be
good.
It was good, but we're losing control.
But Scorpion, love it. He's got some of the sicker outfits in games, and in the new games, they do his fatalities very well. There's a fatality where he pulls the Japanese decapitation, punch your head into the sky, and the shot at the end of the frame, kunai goes flying through the mouth of the decapitated head in the air. Very good shot, very good fatality.
I love one of his original fatalities when he just pulls the mask off and it's the skull and he blows you on fire.
Yeah.
You know?
He's been a staple forever, and he's sick.
I mean, I would say he is the Mortal
He's the
Kombat
staple.
character.
He's the guy.
So he holds the distinction along with Raiden and Sub-Zero in one form or another of appearing in every single Mortal Kombat game.
Yep. But he's also not playable in every game.
That is my number 4. Scorpion.
Number 3 for the guy who barely plays the game.
Number 4.
Oh, you're still doing 4.
Yeah.
All right, so number 4.
Cyrax.
Cyrax is lit. I like Cyrax.
We're okay with
We
that?
cover, yeah.
I'm a
okay
little
with that.
nervous, but then I'm like, all right, cool.
Cyrax
it's
is a
lit,
jealous
dude.
little cuck. But,
Cyrax got the fucking
You
bomb
can't
that comes
keep
out of his
calling
chest.
everybody a cuck. He's 6'3", 271 pounds.
Is that in the
of
is that in the
African
metal?
might, baby.
Is that in the metal or out of the metal? He's 270.
Dude, I have no.
You gotta be
idea.
better.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Someone give me better information on this guy. Like, someone tell me what he's about.
Well, we talked about him already. So he's one of the
Cyrax.
he's one of the Lin Kuei members of the Ninja Clan that gets forced against his will into a cybernetic warrior. When
they make him a bad guy.
they make him a cyborg and they program him. They try to program all of them to wipe their memory and their soul basically and program them to do what they want. So they program him to go find Sub-Zero and kill him because Sub-Zero defects because he doesn't want to be turned into a robot. And eventually Sub-Zero is able to reprogram him and turn him into a good guy.
I believe so, yes.
Honestly, the only sad part about it, and I really feel bad for him, is they have like quotes of every character, and his most famous quote was, "Please don't bring me back as a machine. I can't live like this." Which
Yeah.
is tough.
And now Sector is the exact opposite. Who he was also forced against his will, but once he got forced into it, he was all about it. Like he was,
I feel like I'd be all about
he
it.
was ready to go.
He wants
Like, I think he was the only one of the 3 of them that didn't need his memory wiped because he was like, "Let's go do this." Like,
yeah.
But Cyrax, correct? Cyrax?
Yeah.
Little throwback here to one of these spin-off games. The Mortal Kombat, what is the title of the game for Sub-Zero?
Mythology Sub-Zero.
Mythology Sub-Zero. So in that game, Sub-Zero is tasked with getting I'm not sure the full name, but it's an amulet that belongs to Shinnok,
The Amulet of Shinnok.
the amulet of Shinnok.
Not always as easy as that. It's not always that easy.
Tasked by Quan Chi to go retrieve the amulet, but Cyrax was originally wanted to do it and then got mad and pouty about it and then grew resentful towards Sub-Zero.
So another thing, Game Radar did a list of the gaming's most malicious machines, and he finished first.
Really?
Shoots the fucking missile out of his chest, dude.
So
It's lit.
So I mean, that's pretty cool. I'm all about it. Number 3, Brian. It's getting
Number
nitty gritty now.
3, I might share with someone who knows, but one of these staples, I have Sub-Zero. And,
I also have Sub-Zero at 3.
So Sub-Zero is the only character that's playable in every game.
Fuck yeah, you should be.
Yeah.
So go ahead.
I know you guys went into Sub-Zero a little bit before, but honestly, for me, just out of the 2 basic one, probably my second favorite, so you can kind of see where this is alluding to. But yeah, Sub-Zero is just the shit. The Ice Blast is awesome. All of his, I know this is going to sound ridiculous, but all of his outfits have always looked sick. Whether it was with the mask on or the old school like Armageddon drapes, the newer like cyborg more looking ones.
Yeah,
everything's
Cyborg
always
Sub-Zero
looked
is
sick.
cool too.
But obviously, just a fan favorite. Pretty much why he's ranked so high, at least for me.
I agree with you. I think he's a fan favorite. I think he also looks sick. I'm not a little bit more basic than some of the other characters, but I mean,
I'll
say like this picture, sick. Like
Yeah.
that's a sick photo.
Yeah.
It's
Right?
the Grandmaster of the Lin Kuei, baby.
Obviously,
Yes, sir, he is.
much more basic back in the older
Well, yeah,
games.
I mean, even that's sick, but
Yeah.
yeah, the newer stuff looks awesome. I will say, even though I do have Sub-Zero here, if we're comparing like Sub-Zero and Scorpion, I think from like a game fighting standpoint, I definitely like Sub-Zero's fighting better.
Sub-Zero's fighting better.
Yes.
That's fair. My number 3, one of the original 7. We've spoken about him pretty much ad nauseum already. Johnny Cage, baby. The guy,
Yeah.
my man exudes confidence. He exudes what it's all about. He does
I'm
it so
shocked. I'm
stunts.
absolutely shocked.
So basically, his part of his deal, right, is I forget the names. There's names of the 2 movies that he did, the one and then the sequel, if you look them up. But he basically becomes a laughing stock in Hollywood and in the public, and as a way of redemption, he enters the Mortal Kombat tournament after being approached by Raiden. Did I pretty much nail that, Jack?
Yep.
Yeah.
That's pretty spot on.
So he does have the green energy, like we said, the ancestral powers that comes from his family of warriors. The flying sideways super kick looking
Ninja
deal.
Mime.
Ninja Mime and Ninja Mime 2.
Yeah.
We already said he's based on Jean-Claude Van Damme's character from the movie Bloodsport. Going back to the original Mortal Kombat, the first 3 Mortal Kombat games, like we said, how they were the sprites on screen, there wasn't much to let you know what these characters were all about, especially when it comes down to the fact that all the basic moves are all the same for every character with the exception of their special moves. So there's not a lot to really let you know what's up. But when you win a match with Johnny Cage in Mortal Kombat 1 and he takes out the sunglasses and puts them on and folds his arms, you know right away everything you need to know about this guy. He's the fucking man. He knows it. Everyone should know it. He just fucking got a vitamin water, like he's ready.
I just don't
He's
like.
about to make that
I
dose.
And obviously he's known and loved for his patented split nut punch.
Fuck.
He does the horizontal split, pops you in the nuts, and then you come up with a roundhouse kick usually.
Yeah.
That's my guy, bro. Johnny Cage, number 3.
Number 3, Liu Kang.
Yeah.
not a
got
fan.
some sick. So we got some sick story for Liu Kang. Obviously, the winner after the 9th tournament win from Outworld saves our throne. Obviously, the hero of the Mortal Kombat universe. In the new game, there's this sick ending where in the new game, basically, to give you a good perspective, they fuck around with time. So in order to go beat the bad person of the new game, Liu Kang is not strong enough to beat them. So Raiden again gives up his powers and fuses with Liu Kang, and Liu Kang becomes, I think it's it's not Thunder God, but he gets the title of, I believe, a demigod in order to fight the boss of the new game,
Chronica.
which one of the most electric costume changes I've seen in a while. Rocking the man bun looks sick.
Liu Kang in the new one?
Liu
I gotta get a
Kang in the
picture
new
of
one.
Liu Kang in Mortal Kombat 11. I haven't played 11 yet.
But Liu Kang, sick character. Flying bicycle kick, the jump kick. I'm not sure what it's called, but he lights on fire with it. And in the new games, they added this thing called meter burning, which is like your special moves become more powerful and you can combo into them and shit. But the Liu Kang's combos sick as a playstyle, as a character. Love it. Very easy to pick up and play.
He's the everyman.
Yeah.
You're picking up Mortal Kombat for the first time.
That's what I'm
Pick
saying.
Liu Kang.
Very easy intro
Yeah.
character.
And Liu Kang also in the new game, part of their thing is they have certain characters get certain types of weapons. He gets some nunchucks. So Liu Kang, very very Bruce Lee-esque, but fucking love him, dude. He's the everyman's character. He's got to be in the top 3.
I know from here, like, I can kind of coast, and I can rely on you guys to look up a lot of the information. Number 2 is Raiden.
Yeah, I mean, there's not much we haven't already said
Right,
about
exactly.
Raiden.
So
So
we're just gonna kick it. Number 2, Raiden. I'm pretty sure all 4 of us had Raiden.
Jack didn't have Raiden, right?
I had Raiden at
5.
10.
All right. Yeah, I had him at 5 too.
All right, cool.
This is Liu Kang in the new game.
All right, that's kind of dope.
That's him.
All right. So number 2 is Raiden.
Number 2, we have also talked about this guy a lot. Also, I have Ermac at number 2.
I love that. That's cool.
Ermac's the man.
Let me stop you.
Yeah.
My number 2 is Ermac.
Ah,
Cool.
well,
that's
Go on.
great. So we
Go
can-
on.
Listen, you're gonna help me out here. I like Ermac strictly off the. I'm big on like psychology and telekinesis. That's always been kind of like my favorite thing. So in terms of him fighting, his fight style is great. Also, his powers, I think, what really drew me towards him. But the way he looked in the Mortal Kombat we were talking about before, when I was 10, was when he had the red drape on and he had the half mask on. If you know what I'm talking about, where just his eyes are out. That was probably my favorite outfit of his, but obviously one of my favorite characters. I've been talking about him literally the whole show.
Okay, so very, very.
That
Let me
one,
see that.
Let me see if I can find it. That's not the one I'm talking about, but
Yeah.
Oh, I think it might be Deception is the one. you're
Deception's the one when he's got the wrap around his whole head
It might
because
be that
he's
one.
not actually a human body in Deception, I think.
yes,
But
that's
any-
exactly the one. I'm
Yeah.
thinking of.
So
Yeah.
yeah, so
one's sick.
that's either
Okay.
Deception or Deadly Alliance. What does he what does he look like in Deadly Alliance?
Pull it up.
Anyway, so you're the oldest. You're the oldest. You're also a little brother, but there's a decade between us, so it's not the same thing. Me and Phil only just slightly over 2 years apart, right? A lot of little brothers, they want to be just like their older brother, right?
Deadly Alliance was like your
Yeah.
Scorpion Sub-Zero looking type, like Ermac.
I want it to be better. And I want it to be different. And I wanted to be my own guy. So my brother was always a big Sub-Zero guy. He was always a big Scorpion guy. I became an Ermac guy the first time I picked up Mortal Kombat Trilogy when there was nothing to determine these guys apart from each other, strictly because he was red, and red's my favorite color. So that's how he became my guy. And then I think in either 4 or Deadly Alliance, they really flesh him out. Like all these guys get fleshed out. And he's the collection of 10,000 souls and the telekinesis. And the whole thing where they bullied Ed Boon and John Tobias into creating him from the fans. So he was born out of fan service. But yeah, my number one reason was just because he was red. But I think the telekinesis is sick. I've always been a fan. Like if I could pick one superpower, it would be
Wait,
telekinesis.
is he 2? Is he your 2?
He's my 2.
Okay.
Yeah,
So, in order, I'll give you a little badass story about Ermac. In the remastered version of the game, during Sub-Zero's chapter in the story, Ermac is responsible for creating a Soulnado, which is the combination of a bunch of tortured souls turned into a tornado, which is sick in itself. He takes a bunch of tortured souls, they turn into a tornado, and they destroy everything. It's like a landscape type deal. Like
And
a natural disaster.
he had some sick fatalities. Like he had one where he'd use the telekinesis and just lift the body
Yeah.
and go. He either went like
That was in
this
Deception.
or he closed his fist and they just exploded.
In Deception.
And
they
then some,
exploded.
he had a few where he would rip them in half. Like very, very, very good with the fatalities. Like I said, he's just been one of my guys forever. Even in games where I didn't really like the way he played. Like I didn't love his play style in I think Deadly Alliance. Because that was when they had all the crazy fighting styles. I don't think I loved it, but I still, you learn to love it because that's your guy no matter what.
You number 2 or you number 1?
He's up to 2.
I think I'm on my 2. And number 2, Jax Briggs, baby. So there's a specific reason for Jax Briggs to be number 2. First of all, obviously sick character. Alcino was a big fan of him with the bionic arms. In the new game, cool moveset. He's the ultimate brawler. When you're like playing as Jax Briggs in the new game, it feels like you're kicking the living shit out of the person in front of you. It feels that way. The game does a good job of fleshing out the metal gongs when you're smacking somebody around with his fists. But in the new game, Mortal Kombat created the most disrespectful and electric fatality I've ever seen. And I'm gonna pull it up here right now, and I'm just gonna play the audio of it, just to see if anybody in the room can get. No peeks, no peeks. Can guess what's happening in this fatality. So I'm gonna play this. I'm gonna play this into the mic. So this is the start.
That's a home run derby.
So, in Jax Briggs' fatality, he dismembers the arm of the current individual. Foe. He then leads you with a uppercut, decapitating you. And then, as you heard, the home run derby sound plays. Your head comes down, big ol' home run, dude. Smacks you so hard, skin flies off your head.
With your arms.
With
his
your
arms.
own
With his
arm,
arms.
dude.
Yeah,
With
your own arm.
Yeah, with the dead guy's arm. Yeah, the guy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Most disrespectful fatality I've ever seen. You got a home run and you're missing your head and your arm. It's too much, dude. You didn't have to do him like that.
Jax is a pretty sick character.
And ever since I did that fatality in game on accident, and I'm now all for it. It is like every time I'm like,
all for it.
yo, I'm playing Jax Briggs at least once when we play Mortal Kombat. Like, there's got to be some magic going on here. Because I'm all in. Sick character. Also in the new game, gets a grenade launcher, part of his combos. Another just cool dish.
I think Deadly Alliance, he has the submachine gun, right?
think so.
Yeah, you're looking at the wrong.
I
guy.
think it's Deadly Alliance or Deception. He's got like this whole deal in whichever game I'm thinking of is sick. He wears aviators with like the forget the kind of hat.
Like an army hat, like
Kinda, yeah.
Yeah.
Like a army cap kind
Yeah.
of a deal. And he's got bullets strapped like going across both of his shoulders.
Yep.
And he's got like a little MP5 type deal on his back. And like back forward Y, he would just swing it around, shoot like 5 shots at you, and then swing it back.
Number one for me. I'm the first one to give a number one, right?
Yep.
Yeah, yes, sir.
All right. So basic. Scorpion.
Just do it.
Just do it. Yeah, sadness.
I'm here too.
You're sad.
I know.
It's so sad.
I know. Well, we don't know what you expect.
I'm a fire
It's
guy.
so
dude.
sad. Yeah.
I'm a fire guy. Sorry.
Not my guy.
I know.
Everything
I'm sorry,
I do
bro.
in
I'm
every
about to be
game
cold.
is fire.
Numero uno. Am I good or do you
Yeah,
guys?
you guys are good. Scorpion is what it is.
Numero uno. Sub-Zero. dude.
Yeah, I figured that's how. it was.
Kwai
What is it?
Liang, the goat.
What do you have?
Why don't we let Jack do?
Yeah,
it?
do what you gotta do.
well,
That.
we went over, so all right, that's fine. I thought
You got any more to add on
I thought-
Sub-Zero?
I thought we nauseated Sub-Zero out.
No, I mean I got some dope.
Yeah,
so
give us some
Sub-Zero has the best character development in the entire Mortal Kombat franchise, and I don't
Probably,
say that
yeah.
lightly.
Yeah, I don't doubt that.
Just Sub-Zero, the character in general, besides Bi-Han, Kwai Liang, who was a lot less aggressive, went through the Mortal Kombat tournaments being very more lenient in the Lin Kuei fighting style or murdering your opponents, because they're originally supposed to be assassins. That's what the Lin Kuei is. They're trained assassins from birth.
And he went out in Mortal Kombat 2, again, correct me if I'm wrong, to kill Scorpion, right? To get revenge on for his brother.
He did, and he
Winds up not killing him, right?
And what happens is Scorpion fights him and wins, and then Sub-Zero, he tells, "You murdered my family, blah, blah, blah," and then Sub-Zero passes out. And then in the time that Sub-Zero passes out, Scorpion fights and just fucking destroys Quan Chi. But that's part of his story. And after Scorpion, just to add for your number one, after Scorpion beats Quan Chi, he becomes technically a free soul, but he is still a Spectre. But with Kwai Liang, what happens is, as the stories go on, as the Mortal Kombat story goes on, he becomes the Grandmaster of the Lin Kuei. He winds up changing their ways, changing the Cyber Initiative, which is what forced them into becoming cybernetic warriors. Stops all that, winds up becoming good friends with Scorpion over time through the new games.
You get all this information from the story line?
Just by playing
Yeah.
the games.
Yeah.
So what happens is when you beat the game, like if you play like their tower mode, if you beat the tower mode with a character, they'll give you like a little video piece at the end. After you win, you beat Shao Kahn, whatever.
They
it
did
is.
this in Tekken 3 too. They
But
stopped
some-
doing it as
I
Tekken.
Not
know,
every
yeah.
not every video is the canon story though, because like if you win with certain characters that are supposed to die in the main canon storyline, obviously they don't die. But like certain characters are always the main canon story.
Exactly. So Sub-Zero, his video, it shows him reforming the Lin Kuei into this like almost one of the best tribes to have. Like they participate in helping out. Like you said, it was the Outworld Investigation Agency, whatever it is. They
Yeah.
wound up becoming a very big tool for like the human race, and I think part of that becomes part of the chronology, because the Lin Kuei are seen helping fighting with humans to subdue whatever threat it is. When he becomes the Grand Master, he does a bunch of stuff. He reclaims the Amulet of Shinnok, and then it's held by the Lin Kuei. One of the best character developments I've like been invested in.
So who do you have as one if you don't have Sub-Zero or Scorpion?
Yeah, I'm curious.
It's a wild card one. This is my number one personally.
Am I gonna have to look him up?
You might have to look him up.
Who it is?
You know who it is?
I'm pretty
Did you
sure,
look
yeah.
or you just know?
No, I think I just know.
When push, I love a lot of Mortal Kombat characters. I'll play fuck around with a lot of the different ones, including ones I didn't talk about today. But when push comes to shove, if there's money on the game, the fucking aliens are invading and they got the death beam pointed at planet Earth, dude. I want Kitana.
Oh, good
Kitana.
The fuck?
That's a
The
huge
Princess
swing.
of Edenia.
I should have known that. You made a face before, and I had her an honorable mention.
That's my bitch, dude.
Wow,
Kitana
that's a
is my
good
girl.
call.
With the steel fan blades, some of the sicker fatalities. Like I laid it out for you guys before, low DPS,
Yeah.
high speed, string together combos, don't get touched and do what you got to do. Looks pretty good for 10,000 years old plus.
She looks like a fantasy, honestly.
Well,
what's her height, dude?
I don't know, 5'8".
5'3".
6 foot.
Take it easy. Have some respect, dude. 5'9".
5'9".
6 foot.
3 inches out, dude.
128 though, so she stays in shape.
We did a little bit on her already, obviously. Princess of Edenia, Princess of Outworld, believed to be the daughter of Shao Kahn and her mother Sindel, works as an assassin for Shao Kahn. Upon finding out that Shao Kahn destroyed her homeland and killed most of their people, including her father, King Gerard, and took her mother, Queen Sindel, to be his new Queen of Outworld, decides to no longer work for him and team up with the warriors of Earthrealm to defend them from Shao Kahn. She's Liu Kang's love interest for most of the game, I believe.
Oh, really? Yep.
But that's just my girl. You know. Also, I mean, you said what you said about the fan. Like she looks like a fantasy. I believe the most popular Mortal Kombat cosplay yeah.
She's over 10,000 years old.
Right, I said that.
You did, right? You said
Yep.
pretty good for a couple 10,000. Yeah, I mean, listen.
That was a good number one.
Yeah, I knew I'd be coming out of left field with that
was
one.
a
But
good
listen, I get it if you don't like her, if you don't even think of her when it comes to the top 10. But I'm talking play style, like at picking up the game and playing it. She's my favorite to
So
play
this
with.
is her good, and like this is her evil. Is that what we're going with? Like, is that the game?
I have no idea what that is now.
I guess so.
She's always usually. I have no idea what that is.
Never
What
seen
game
that.
that's even from? No, because in her first appearance, she's evil and she's just a blue girl ninja. So her, Jade, and Melina are the female ninja color swaps.
Mhm.
And Jade's whole getup is the
She's
the
great.
gear that Jade Cargill wore out to the ring at the pay-per-view, which
Yeah,
was
yeah, yeah.
sick. I don't think
Oh,
you
really? She dressed up as Jade?
you know who Jade Cargill is?
I don't, but
Oh, she's a
that's
monster.
That's cool.
Young monster. She's like they're giving her the Brock treatment, not the Brock treatment, the Goldberg treatment. She's like 32-0.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Hmm.
So that's the top 10. We got to take a break and do
Crunch
some
numbers.
crunch some numbers, do some math. So let's take a break.
It's a new year, and with new year comes new resolutions. And what's going to help you complete the resolutions that you set forward for yourself this year? Inspiration. And we have just the company for you that's focused around inspiration. Head on over to staythirstyco.com and put in the code HAVOC to get 15% off on your next order. And make sure you take a look over at the Winter 2022 collection. That's staythirstyco.com. Drop the OY and focus on you.
What is up, everybody? Welcome back. As always, the number one way to support the show is to support the sponsors. Sachi Di Dinero, stay thirsty. Support the sponsors. You're supporting the show. You're supporting the boys, helping us one day make this our permanent full-time job because God knows I'm tired of working. We did the math. The numbers are in. We have a couple of fucking scores to settle. But at 10, we don't. Coming in at number 10 with 9 total points is Smoke.
All right.
Lit.
Now
I
let's
made
fight.
it. Okay.
Now let's fight.
Okay.
He just made it by the skin of his teeth, dude.
All right.
Now let's fight for the 9-8 debate, both with 10 points. It is Bihan versus Kitana.
That's you and Jack.
But I have
you
Bihan
have
on
Bihan
both.
too.
I also have Bihan.
So.
But Kitana, I'm always going to take Kitana, dude.
Sure, dude. You can have it.
All right.
It's
There's no fight for me to make because he's on the side and he could know like the bad shit too. He could have some weird ideas. I don't know. I think I'll just.
I'm
let him
sure
have it.
Sub-Zero makes his appearance. He'll pop up here again, or at least a form of him.
All right. So
Definitely.
7
Maybe.
7 with 14 points is Jackson Briggs.
Okay. I was the only one who didn't have him, so I can't.
No, I had him as an honorable.
Did you?
Yeah. 6 spot, 5 spot, both tied for
Who had
15
him?
points. Liu Kang going up against Johnny Cage. My opinion,
King's the shit.
my
dude.
opinion is that this is Johnny Cage in a fucking brutal beatdown landslide of a fucking matchup. My opinion.
I could see why you say that just because of Johnny Cage's significance to the movies, also. So I kind of get what you're saying. The only argument I can make is they're very similar in fighting style. Just in terms.
Yeah,
of-
to a
Yeah,
degree.
one kicks you in the face. You know,
We should have just played it on computer versus computer. And whoever
Just let
wins
it
the
simulate and see
whoever
who
wins
wins,
gets it.
dude.
I hate Johnny Cage.
I love him.
All right.
I'm
I love
okay
Johnny
with giving
Cage.
you guys Johnny Cage. That's fine.
Johnny Cage at
Split
5,
nut punch is
Liu
just-
Kang at 6.
I can't. I want to do that, dude.
You want to nut punch people?
I want to be able to do a
wanna
split.
Split nut,
You better
nut
start
punch
stretching.
people.
Yeah.
Nut
exactly.
kick is already easy. Nut punch.
Yeah, the little
On a
split,
split?
the little split, the
Yeah,
punch of the
the
nuts. You
split is
get up,
probably-
you throw a spinning back fist, get a little athletic all of a sudden with it.
I think you're athletic in the split, dude.
Number 4, 21 points total. The embodiment of souls, Ermac.
Damn, I thought it'd be
Nice.
higher.
Yeah, unfortunately, he
Thought
just
he'd be
got,
higher.
he got edged out. He
Where
got
is
edged
Where
out.
is he?
4.
All right.
21 points, 4. By the way, I do have to say Blastoise still number 1 all-time point leader with 29 points.
That's what we like to hear, dude.
That's good.
Number 3 with 23 points, just got past Ermac, is the God of Thunder, Raiden.
That makes me sad.
And now we have a tie.
Oh god.
with 26
A
points.
tie for first and
A
second.
tie for first and
Is
second.
it the tie of ties?
It's
of
the
course.
tie of all ties, dude.
Yeah, yeah.
It's 26 points apiece. It's Sub-Zero versus Scorpion. For me, I'd take Scorpion in the 1 spot. I had neither one of these guys on my list. I have Bihan as Sub-Zero 1, but like straight up
Yeah.
Sub-Zero, not on my list. I'll take Scorpion out of the 2. I think his moveset is a little sicker. They both have a redemption arc kind of a deal to it,
Yeah.
right? Scorpion, I mean, he is the face of Mortal Kombat in a lot of ways. And I just like his backflip kick. And he also did a teleport deal,
I
right?
forgot about the backflip kick.
You
Oh,
better
man.
have some.
You
sort
could
of
hit the
argument.
backflip kick and then teleport behind the person and get him with something else, teleport again and hit the spear.
I'm really
Like,
okay with either of them being 1 or 2, but I feel like I have to give it to Scorpion just because I had him at 1.
Well, you know, I gotta go Sub-Zero here because Chief, listen. We also
because
get the
Chief,
teleport.
listen.
This is the most important because you didn't have any outlandish ones. Like this.
Who
is
was
it.
your number 2? You said it was going to piss people off. Who was your
Jack
2?
Briggs.
Oh, no, yeah.
Truly
cool
No,
with
so
that.
listen, this is the most important minute of your podcast life because you don't have any. There's no cherry limeade. Like this is it. You're making a decision between 2 good characters, and all 3 of us look like we're leaning towards Scorpion. You have 1 minute to prove Sub-Zero's the guy, and it better not be it's because he's lit, or
Yeah.
or because Sub-Zero's a cuck. I mean, because Scorpion's a cuck. It
I
can't-
need like legitimate,
So-
factual. I mean, I'm gonna understand. We already hit the bed a lot of his
It's probably
storyline
not
stuff.
factual.
Hit me with
Nothing
the
you say is probably
factual in the
factual.
world of the game. You better hit me with something like a fatality that stands out because I've heard multiple Scorpion fatalities. I haven't heard one Sub-Zero one.
I can't get this fuzz off me. All right, let's hear it, Jack.
Let's count it down. So, Sub-Zero, obviously the other spectrum of the ninja archetype.
You don't have to rush. Just tell us.
Right? Sub-Zero's moves, very easy to combo into, very powerful, very effective. You can freeze your opponent on the spot in a fighting game. Very effective strategy, very easy to do, as well as having access to a teleport and a slide. Now, in the newer games, there's this thing called a meter burn, which allows you to change the move based upon, how much meter you've built up. Meter burning certain moves, like the slide, allow you to flip position on somebody to put yourself in a better position for combat. If you meter burn an ice ball, you're going to freeze them for longer. There's certain things you can do with Sub-Zero that are more strategic in battle and a lot cooler to look at than certain Scorpion stuff. Where I got into Sub-Zero is a little irrelevant, but we're gonna pull it because it's a Mortal Kombat character. I started playing Sub-Zero in Injustice 2 as a joke because he was a DLC character. Sub-Zero in Injustice 2 is one of the most lit forms of Sub-Zero. However, it comes with the price of it being a DC game. So that's a story for another.
Injustice is a sick game though.
Yeah.
Sub-Zero, in that game, he has access to all of his ice weapons, and the fighting mechanics in Injustice give that a lot of justice. And I'll bring up a picture for you of Sub-Zero in Injustice 2 right now, and I think it's one of the most badass renditions of Sub-Zero I've seen. How do you feel about that?
I like it.
How do you feel about that?
Yeah, I've seen it.
How do
He's
you
pretty
feel
cool.
about that?
Yeah,
I think
he's sick in Injustice.
My favorite or like the most prominent Sub-Zero fatality that comes to mind, and I don't know which game this was in, but he'd freeze their whole body, walk up to them, rip their head off, walk away, and fucking baseball pitch the head at the body and smash it into a million pieces.
So within the new game, the fatality is now different. Same concept. Freeze the body. We're going to split a hole in the middle. We're going to snap the spine, and we're going to rip you in half at the spine.
Yeah, there's a bunch. There was one where he'd freeze just their legs, right? And then go up to them. I forgot the finish. I just knew he'd freeze.
Ice axe, decapitation. No.
Yeah.
New game, similar concept. Ice block instead. But in the ice block, sometimes they have certain shit according to how the ice block is structured. Like they'll have like certain symbols or some shit on the specific to the character you're performing the fatality to, and it's the decapitation, which is sick in itself. Also, we forgot about one other thing that's a great Sub-Zero mechanic: ice clone.
Yeah, the ice clone is cool, but it's like
This is what
Yeah, the
the
ice
internet says. Who'd win? Sub-Zero, Scorpion. If you're talking gameplay wise, Scorpion will win. He has a better combo and more utility, where Sub-Zero is more unique.
Maybe I feel differently in regard to his moveset. Maybe he does. Maybe Scorpion does have the better combos.
I don't hate it, but don't.
you know who'd be
start
good.
talking
You
out.
know who'd be good to get a settlement on this discussion is Phil, because they're probably his 1 and 2, or 1A and 1B. But you know.
I don't think he'd answer if you called him in.
No, I don't think he's in the wide world of Halo right now. It's bullshit.
Final
He
votes.
keeps getting spawn killed. Scorpion.
Scorpion.
Sub-Zero.
Scorpion.
Motherfucker.
All right, listen. Number
You did a
two.
great
list they
job,
didn't
though.
deserve, and I was an expert on. Fucking coming for it, dude.
You did a great job.
I'm coming for it. No, I'm.
Why
I'm
don't
locked
you
in.
give out your gamer tag so people can play you online?
Fuck no. That's a horrible decision.
Oh,
Come get it. Come get it in Mortal Kombat. So
Longest-
If you want to
smoke.
come get it, hit us up, hit us in the DMs, and I might get back to
He'll
you.
give you his.
so let's
I
run
might get back
Might
to
get
you.
back to you.
let's run down this final list. I mean, I don't hate it, honestly. I don't hate the way the list shook out. Number 10, Smoke. Number 9, Bihan. Number 8, Kitana. Number 6, Jax. Number 7, Jax. Number 6, Liu Kang. Number 5, Johnny Cage. Number 4, Ermac. Number 3, Raiden. Number 2, Sub-Zero. And number 1, Scorpion.
It's a little glitchy, the list. You know,
What do you mean?
like the top 3 most popular characters or the top 3 most in our
Yeah.
game. But I guess it works
Well,
out.
I mean,
Blastoise
kinda
is up,
skewed that a
right?
little bit.
Blastoise is up.
listen,
there at
it's
1.
for no lack of effort on my part. I didn't say Sub-Zero or Scorpion's name on my list at all.
Yeah.
Of all of their 26 points, they got none from me.
There's a reason why they're the most popular. They look cool. They this.
Yeah, and
went
also they're
based off of-
2 of the original 7, as you know.
I went based
so-
off nothing of what they play like, all of what they look like, and they somehow ended in the top 3. So You gotta give him due. You gotta give him credit where it's credit's due. What do you feel, expert? What do you feel? You feel good? You feel bad? You hate it? You love it?
Scorpion's my cherry limeade.
That you feel about Scorpion the way we felt about Cherry Limeade.
That's
Well,
fair
that's.
enough.
I mean,
That's
it's.
fair.
I guess it's a fair way to
And
feel,
now
but
you
it's
know
not a
how
fair
we feel.
comparison.
Fair way to feel.
Cherry Limeade would
I
be.
didn't sleep the night Cherry Limeade came in. The
Dude,
top 10.
Cherry Limeade would have been like if I put, fucking
Me,
Striker.
me,
Striker.
me,
No, Striker.
me.
It would have been Striker at number 2, dude. That's what it would have been like. If I said Striker number 2, how would you have felt then? Because that's the Cherry Limeade.
If I
dude.
said,
Dude, I am getting.
what's the guy's name? No, the guy that motion cap.
Mocap,
If I put mocap at 2, would you?
I'd fight
I'm ready
you.
to perform a fatality on you.
So you'd feel like
Yeah.
I'd ruin the list, right? That's
So
what
Cherry
Limeade
Limeade
felt
was,
like,
dude. Yeah.
It felt like, what are you
little bit.
doing? I put an effort for no reason. That's what it felt like.
We all prepared for this, and you're
Right.
coming with that, dude.
Final thoughts.
I'm totally okay with the list. I'm happy with it. I figured it would have fell out with Scorpion Sub-Zero being somewhere from 1 to 3 anyway. So
I figured Scorpion and
Yeah.
Sub-Zero were going to wind up 1 and 2. I'm very, very excited by Air Max
yeah,
popularity.
that's cool.
Yeah.
I didn't think people fucked with him until we
He's
started
my
talking
guy.
about him.
So-
Yeah.
I'm happy Jax made the list. Purely
I'm
because-
very, very excited for the next top 10.
Which is right back to Jack getting fucking bully
it's gonna be
balled in the
tough
low
for Jack.
post, dude.
Yeah, this is gonna be tough.
It's right back to Jack getting bully balled in the low post. We're doing cell phones before the iPhone. Okay, now this doesn't mean before the invention of the iPhone, because the iPhone comes out in 2007, right? But I think it's pretty generally accepted that iPhone 3 is when it started to take
Before
over.
the iPhone absolutely takes over the world.
So 3 or 4,
So you're
by
two-
4
probably like
definitely.
year 2011.
2010, 2011 is when, around there.
Yeah.
But even through that, because it didn't really get until when everyone had an iPhone till like what, 2014,
Yeah,
right?
Probably around there.
By 2013, 2014, like if you didn't have an iPhone, what are you doing? It's
Yeah.
weird at that point, right? So
Which is amazing.
all phones sans the iPhone are eligible, but obviously us being children of this era, growing up with cell phones, I mean, I'm sure we'll get to it, but most of us, our first cell phone was some piece of crap that we loved,
Yeah.
Yeah.
even though there was
Yeah.
no reason to.
For you, it's gonna be like you're gonna have to do some.
You have to do some research, dude.
You might need like a 2-page
Surprise! My first phone was a candy bar phone, so I got a
candy-
little. The flip.
Yeah,
No,
the
it
little
was-
swing up.
I think it was the LG rumor.
That was called the Juke.
No, the
Oh,
Juke was
Juke
the
is-
the
Oh,
little.
the
We're not gonna give any.
Let's
away
not
here.
start getting into this now.
Take it
But
easy.
that is the last show. Final thoughts for anybody? We're ready to go. 2 weeks from today,
This is
cell
all I
phones
got.
before the iPhone is going to release.
Nope.
So that's that. Then we're brought to you by House of Havoc Podcasting, Tiger Pack Productions, Sachi Di Dinero, and Stay Thirsty Company. Peace out.
Stay tuned for my next ass beating.